I played a full campaign as Japan in Europa Universalis 4, starting in the year 1444 as Oda and finishing in the year 1800 as the Empire of Japan. My goals for this grand campaign were to conquer the entire subcontinents of the Far East, China, the East Indies, and Oceania to form the Empire of Japan, which is different to Japan, and become a naval hegemon. In this video, you'll see me start as one of the most powerful militarily focused nations in EU4, Oda, and get right into rapid conquest in order to quickly consolidate Japan before going on to absolutely crush Ming and other East Asian nations and going on to fight tough wars in Southeast Asia and even fighting versus major colonizers like Spain. This is a compilation or a director's cut of 4 separate episodes of this Japan playthrough with only the best parts left in. So if you want to check out each episode individually, they will be linked in the description and in the pinned comment. But now you can sit back, relax, and enjoy this full playthrough as Japan in Europa Universalis 4. Alright, here we are in episode 1 of this grand campaign as Japan, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we're starting as Oda right here, one of the best starting nations when you want to form Japan. Oda has some absolutely insane military-focused national ideas right here. Morale of armies, infantry, combat, land leader, fire, goods produced, CCR and province war score cost, land leader, shock, leader, siege, land fire damage, tech discount, and plus 20% national manpower. Absolutely insane national ideas right here, but I'm still on the fence whether I do take Japanese national ideas later on when we form Japan. They're not better military-wise than Oda's, but you know, this is sort of going to be a roleplay type of campaign, so I'm still on the fence. But either way, man, obviously Oda, the best starting nation, one of the best for forming Japan, and the goal in this episode 1 specifically is obviously going to be to unify the region of Japan and form the nation of Japan itself. As for our conquest, man, this is the subcontinent map mode, so we're gonna have to own everything that's in the Far East over here, China, the East Indies down here, and all of Oceania, which includes Australia, New Zealand, and all of the Pacific Islands right here. We're not going for anything in North America because, well, I can't be bothered. But yeah, the strat when playing Japan, man, is, you know, to simply go balls out here at the start, you know, murk up and fight as many guys as fast as you can. You know, until you beat everyone up and just Ashikaga, the shogun, is left. Then you fight Ashikaga, destroy them if you can. If not, you know, you're gonna have to do 2 wars versus them. But I'm sure lots of you are familiar with Japanese games. I have done a couple of these daimyos right here, but this is gonna be my first real Japan game in all of my years of playing EU4. So without further ado, man, it's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and get the estate stuff started. We, of course, do have the unique Sengoku CB versus all of these guys around us, so no need to spy or anything like that. All right, there we go, estate stuff done. Some other things that make us OP at the start, along with our morale of armies and infantry combat ability, we also gain more morale of armies from being Shinto, and we gain even more morale of armies and infantry combat because we're a daimyo right here, so some super OP, you know, mill-related stuff right at the start. But that's the estate stuff done, man. I'm just gonna rival everyone that's rivaled me right here at the start. It doesn't matter too much. Oda starts off allied with Shiba right here, which isn't that bad. You know, I may get an ally down here in the south, you know, for the start of the game, like Ouchi, for example, and get rid of Shiba or something like that. There we go. We got a merchant right here in Nippon collecting. I'm actually going to tell this guy to establish communities. The other guy can collect in Beijing. We want to get royal married with Ashikaga and improve relations with them the entire game so they don't make us commit seppuku, you know, kill ourselves. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna build up the navy later on. Let's build up another infantry regiment right here. We don't need samurai just yet, and we're gonna put up the free company as well. There we go, just like that. And yeah, let's wait for a month or until December 12th and see which one of these 3 guys will be the easiest to fight. Of course, as Oda, we have another advantage too, the awesome Lord Hisanaga Oda right here, who's oh wait, no, that's later. Sorry, I was gonna say he's a really good general, but well, this is a pretty good start. So Kitabatake right here has allied Shiba. Shiba will help them. You don't really want to fight Toki first because they got a level 3 fort and they're allied to Yamana, which is pretty strong. However, Tokugawa right here, who's allied Hosokawa, they're not willing to help. There's our first war. Very simple. And yeah, boys, it's pretty much just gonna be constant wars until we eat up everyone in Japan that's a daimyo. Of course, until only Ashikaga, the shogun, is left. But yeah, there's some decent missions right here. The thing is, man, I'm sure a lot of you guys probably know by now, but the daimyo missions and the Japan missions kind of contradict themselves because you can only get so far, but then you lose these when you form Japan. So it's like, it's really weird. The colonization ones down here, they disappear when you're Japan. So really, you know, we've been focusing quite a lot on the missions in the past grand campaigns. Check them out if you haven't already, by the way. We did some really good ones. We're not really going to be focusing on missions almost at all in this Japan campaign. There we go. First war done, boys. Simple as that. It's going to be a full annex, and we're taking all of their money. Super important to take all of their money when fighting all of these guys, because listen, even 15 ducats changes quite a lot. But there we go, we're done with that. We're gonna immediately start coring that up, and we immediately need to start looking for a next nation to fight. So Kitabatake here is actually getting sieged down by Toki, so it doesn't really work for us right there. Imagawa, I like the Hatakayama and Uesugi. Okay, what about these guys? Yeah, let me look around a bit better, man. It's some tricky alliances currently. Well, Yamana isn't willing to help out Toki right now, and even though they got a level 3 fort and I gotta go even more over force limit and more into that, I think it's worth it, and, you know, we'll have a fort too. So, actually, if we call in Ouchi here with the promise of land, and we don't got any land to give to them, they'll bring in their troops too, and we won't even have to build up over force limit, but Yamana does join like that, so, frick it. And remember, we always gotta be full stating stuff immediately right here and lowering autonomy as soon as we can, so we can, you know, scale our income and stuff like that, because we really are losing a lot of money as any of these guys right at the start, and less experienced players might run into bankruptcy problems, shoot, maybe 10 years into the game, once you're up to like 4 or 5 provinces, so yeah, you really got to be careful with the economy here. Okay, but done with these guys too. That's going to be a full annex on them as well. Perfect. Okay, now we border some other guys too. We border Hatakayama in 2 different places. They're a level 3 fort guy as well, so maybe we don't get involved with them right now, but yeah, couple of options for sure. Yeah, and you know, that's what I'm talking about, man. When we started, our loans were 5 ducats. When we conquered this, they went up to 8. Now they're at 16. Sure, we're losing a lot of money, but with these 16 ducat loans, we can pay off so many of those 5 ducat loans. So really, the amount of loans that we have pretty much stays around the same level. Okay, so here's the first one of these events that, you know, the incidents which lead us towards being isolationist or open, you know, towards the rest of the world. Now this is where you see it right here, man, in the religion tab. We are going to be going full isolationist for this campaign. Closed doors. That's not really about any modifiers or anything like that. There are really good modifiers in being open too, but it's more from a role-playing aspect. So we're going fully closed doors level 4. So no matter what happens in these incidents, it doesn't matter to me. I'll always choose whatever leads to an isolationist outcome. So this is what we're going for, even though, well, actually, I would probably take this anyway. Okay, my truce with Shiba is up, and they've just lost to Uesugi. Uesugi's taking this, which is actually great for me, so I can fight this pretty big Uesugi. But first, let's take care of little Shiba here. And if you think things are moving quickly, it's because they are. You know, there's only so much to do in this initial part of the campaign, man. It's just wars after wars after wars. The really the only point where you slow down is right before or when you get to fight Ashikaga. Now, these guys, of course, after 10 years will start annexing some of these subjects, and what we hope for right here is that Ashikaga doesn't get too big where we can't full annex them in our only war, or in our first war versus them. Sometimes it happens where they're too big, sometimes they're not, but there's really no way to tell this early. There's another quick little war done, their province, all of their money. So while Uesugi is busy with these guys, I think I'm gonna go for Ishiki right here, who's allied to Kikuchi, who's all the way down here. I'm just gonna call in Ouchi, we'll white piece these other guys, and we'll fight them, well, when we get to them. You know, when starting as Oda in the middle of Japan right here, you sort of have the option to go north or south, which might be a little overwhelming for newer players. And I know I'm doing this video like it's a guide, but it's not. You can follow along like it's a guide. I'm not doing anything crazy, but, you know, for newer players, I'd probably recommend starting like all the way in the south or all the way in the north, so you have one direction to push into the entire game, which might be easier. But either way, there's a war on Ishiki. Listen, apparently it takes 2 to conquer Tango, so shout out to my ally right here. Let's take that province. At this point, Uesugi has finished its conquest up north right here. Their province war score cost is still below 100, which is perfect. I'm gonna declare on them. They're allied to Imagawa. We're taking this one and all these white ones over here. Nice. All right, obviously the most annoying war so far, but Imagawa is out. We can take all of their money. Damn, that was an expensive one. It's already a state, right? Yeah, these are gonna be expensive as hell too. Damn, we're running low on admin here. Okay, but now we're done with Uesugi as well. Obviously, this is gonna be a full annex, and that's a beefy Uesugi. Now, you know, when looking at coalition risks like that and stuff like that in Japan, we really don't have anything to worry about. Now, I'm not going to peace out just yet because I don't want to stay overextended that long. I severely lack admin points, but even if you see something like this, man, that type of coalition will never form in Japan. The guys that all want to join the coalition can't because they're fighting each other, and even if a coalition does form and more guys are in it, like more than 3 or 4, chances are if the coalition does declare, it'll be like 1 or 2 guys in it, so it's really not a problem. But yeah, this big Uesugi right here is gonna give us a little admin trouble, so I'm just gonna wait a couple of months, maybe until we get to like, I don't know, 150, something like that, and then I'm gonna peace out. You know, we do need to slow down a little bit because of this. It is what it is. Oh, at this point we can do a mission, which is the Bushido Code. Yeah, army tradition of 40. Obviously we'll get army tradition like nothing here because of the battles. Plus 1.5% discipline. Probably the lamest discipline modifier you can get in the entire game. Yeah, okay, so we're probably gonna do some of these, man. This one can be done at the start for 1 stab. I always forget it. Grown by at least 2 states. We're gonna get that one done as well. This one we're probably not gonna get done, if I'm being honest. This one I can't even be bothered to read it, is the thing. So yeah, kind of weird missions, man. You're not incentivized to do these missions. For this one you need to unite Japan or whatever, and then, you know, these are like the colonization ones, which disappear when you're Japan, and these are the ones you want as Japan, not as Oda. So yeah, they're strange missions in Japan. I feel like this is probably the worst region mission wise. All right, I think I'm gonna peace out now. 3rd incident so far. Obviously, I'm not going to be showing all of these. We're always going isolationist. And as you can see, man, a coalition is forming, right? Ando and Nanbu have joined. You know, these other guys down here can join, but it really doesn't matter. At least, well, for these guys it does. They can definitely join. But some of these other guys, which are already fighting each other, as you can see, Hosokawa and Yamana are both angry at me. They can both coalition me. But how are they both going to fight me when they're fighting each other? You see what I'm saying? Just got new burger loans. They're actually 60 ducat loans right now, so we can even start building up the navy a little bit, which we will need for later on, and especially to invade So once we get down to them. So there we go, nothing too much. We'll use the rest to pay off loans. Might even put down a building. And there we go, just got 1 stab from an event, which is dope. And this is the end of this incident right here, New Confucianism, the first one. And just like that, we are currently on level 3 of isolation, which gives us +1 missionary and minus 15% culture conversion cost. Realistically, the best modifiers are probably like level 1 and level 2. That's the modifiers I like the most. But level 4, you know, tolerance of the true faith and dev discount won't be bad at all, which is what we're going for. State it up a little bit more. We kind of got to balance coring and full stating now, but I think that should be expand the coca right there for prestige and legitimacy. Your 2 reform time, we're going to declare another war pretty soon. We're going strengthen noble privileges. All right, I'm going to go in versus Ando now, who have left the coalition. There can't be a coalition if there's no one to join the coalition, can there? So let's eat them up and their ally Satake without co-belligerenting. Now, something that a lot of players don't do when playing in Japan, but I do like to do, is dev the Renaissance right away when you can. You know, a lot of people just conquer Japan and then focus on that later, but I like to sort of get it out of the way, and I feel like I'm skilled enough to where I don't fall behind on anything. So we're going to activate Encourage Dev right here in our capital state of Western Chibu. Our capital is pretty cheap to develop already. We're going to bump it up to 15, just like that. Then we're going to expand infrastructure, and we're going to keep pushing. I'm going to try and use mostly Diplo points here because we need mill for teching up and admin for coring, but, you know, now something you do... I probably should have broken my alliance with them. So Ochi's calling me into a defensive war versus Hosokawa. I can easily beat them, but the thing is, you know, Ochi's going to take like 1 province, give me nothing, and I'll still end up with a giant truce with Hosokawa, so... You know, sucks, but I'm gonna lose prestige and Diplorep here. It is what it is. It's interesting how, you know, we have such a grand goal for this grand campaign to conquer all of these super regions or subcontinents or whatever, but it feels so tiny and concentrated here at the start of the game. We are just focusing on Japan, man. It's gonna be fun as hell fighting Ming later on. Korea's gonna be a pain in the ass. You know, these 4s are gonna be fun as well. And what I'm least looking forward to is this down here. So, you know, I might just leave a little bit of Ming to chop them down every now and again to have a normal war, because we're going to be utilizing navies very heavily this campaign, and obviously we're going to be fighting a lot of Europeans because we definitely aren't going to have everything down here before they arrive, and we'll need provinces from them. And by the way, I know some of you are thinking we go Christian for Kirishitan, Japan or whatever. No, like I said, this is a traditionalist, isolationist type of campaign. We even need to convert it all to Shinto. Everything we conquer is gotta be Shinto, so we are gonna be picking up religious this campaign as well. Ah, Hitachi, my favorite excavator. What were you thinking about? But yeah, we're done with these guys. There we go, full annex. And with these other guys as well. Now I'm gonna go for Nanbu, who is allied to Utsunomiya, which is those guys. Yeah, okay. And see that coalition that formed, it had 5 or 6 guys in it. It never disbanded. I fought some guys that left. Now they're all gone. Coalitions don't matter here, boys. This ain't the HRE. Don't get it twisted. Are we actually making money now? We are. We're even making money. So that's about how big you need to be to make money. I guess we probably own a little more than a third of Japan right here. Yeah. Maybe almost half, yeah. Now, a problem that I know is gonna happen right here, and it may have already happened, Hosokawa's probably too big. Yeah, okay, Hosokawa is too big to full annex in one war, which does slow down our conquest. And has Ashikaga started annexing anyone? No. Okay, so yeah, it does happen quite a lot that there is one guy right here that you're gonna have to fight twice. It's either Ashikaga or someone else that gotten big, Hosokawa in this case. So they don't have any allies. Yeah, let's wrap these two guys up, and we gotta hit them, man. Take half, take the rest later. So yeah, there's a peace out on Utsunomiya right here. Wait, they won't accept. Why? All right, I just beat their ass. Come on. Well, third time's the charm. First time for Nanbu, though. Okay, we're coring those. I wonder, my force limit's probably bigger by now. Yeah, okay, so I can still afford to go over force limit even more. I'm gonna get 2 more guys here. All right, fought some rebels, but we're chilling now. I got 14 galleys to their 4 galleys, 5 transports. It's a no-brainer, man. Let's go ahead and fight Hosokawa, Sengoku. We won't be able to full annex them. It's still 100% cost, boys. It's actually probably worth it to take out loans for this, since we are making money now and the loans are so big. Yep. Alright, this war took a pretty long time, but it's only because I wanted to siege down this level 2 fort, because I want to border these guys down here in So as well. So this is the main province that I actually want, and then we can do something like, I don't know, I guess we should just take max, right? Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll finish off the rest of them later. Okay, perfect. Normally I would go half and half, right? Half now, half later, but they could still expand into someone. Or if they're small like this, maybe Ashikaga will be tempted to annex them and actually save me a long-ass time in waiting for this truce to expire. We're kind of lucky here that Ashikaga hasn't told us to play Sudoku yet. Even running 3 advisors now, we can definitely take it. Okay, don't have any time to waste here. Let's fight this allieless Chiba. And we are done with these guys as well. I don't have a guy. Okay, so yeah, I was building up a spy network on So right here because we actually don't have the Sengoku CB on them. We don't border them. So yeah, let's go ahead and piece these guys out, take all of their money. Nice. Okay, so we only got a couple of guys left here, man. If we check Ashikaga, there's only like 5 daimyos left. So it's me, it's Hatekayama, who is allied to Shimazu, and then it's Shoni, who's allied to So. Perfect. So we're going to declare on Shoni and annex them and So in the same war. And then it's going to be Shimazu and Hatekayama. Hatekayama did me a big favor by annexing Hosokawa right here. So now I don't got anybody to wait for a truce with. And Ashikaga hasn't annexed anyone. They're not even annexing anyone. We can definitely take them down in one war. So this will be super quick. By 1475, we should have all of this wrapped up. And then we can even go for Orochoni up here, who has taken provinces that Ainu starts with. So yeah, let me start pouring this up. Let's drag these boys down south, and it's gonna be super easy. Yeah, well, probably one of the better starts in Japan I've had recently. It's always someone's too big and I gotta wait for a mega truce. Okay, army is in position. There we go. Okay, this war is done too. There's 4 more provinces for us. Nice. Okay, 2 more wars left, man, until we unify Japan. It's just these guys and their ally, and then Ashikaga. Are they annexing anyone? No. Such a weak Ashikaga this game. They're really not doing anything. No seppuku, no nothing. I mean, I think I'm gonna get right into this. No point in waiting around. There's Mill 6 as well. We don't even have the cap. Doesn't matter. Let's declare on Hatekayama. They're not allied anymore. What? Okay, so let's do Shimazu first then. Another easy war done. I mean, there we go. There's our final war before we fight Ashikaga themselves. And there we go. That's done as well. There's 5 more provinces for us. Okay, now, before we fight Ashikaga, I'm actually going to go ahead and enforce our heritage, apparently. Core all of these provinces up and wait until we're done coring, and then we're going to take these guys on. You know, you really do want to keep improving relations with them until the final day, so they still don't make you do seppuku. It's unfortunate that I have a royal marriage with them as well now, which is going to make me drop down to -3, even though I'm at +1, but it is what it is, man. It's like breaking free from your overlord, you know? You guys ever played a vassal? You must have. Well, my guy just died. There's Yoshinobu the First Oda, 330. Not that good for what we're trying to do, so let's defocus from admin, but, you know, at least I won't get +1 more exhaustion from that. Oh, hell yeah. I don't even have an heir. Nice. And there we go, folks. We've cored up all of the provinces that I just took, and there's our final war, you know, within our original realm, which is the daimyos and the shogun, right? We're still not done taking over all of Japan, obviously, because you guys might have noticed that Orochoni owns 4 provinces up here, and then Ryukyu has 1 down here. So those are still part of our goal for episode 1 right here, right? And we're going to get more into that later, but of course, Ming is going to be involved in those wars. It's going to be fun. Either way, man, there's war for the Emperor. Take capital Kyoto. We're out of admin. Break my life. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Well, you know. Oh, actually, not bad. Still haven't pieced out yet, just beating up some rebels, but there's another mission in the meantime. Balance the 4 divisions. Oh, yeah, they are above 60. That was a great time for that to come in. I'm also gonna take that. There we go. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we officially abolish the shogunate. We will prevail. Oda will be the new leader of the shogunate, but we won't because there is no shogunate. And there we go. We are independent and we're the shogun. Right. I keep forgetting how that whole thing works, but there we go. We've united Japan and stuff like that. Perma claims, blah, blah, blah. We can go ahead and core up province up. Yeah, right. Okay, there we go. We saved a little bit right there. I stabbed up manually once from the mission. I am going to stab up again. Frick it. We are going to go ahead and rival Korea immediately, and Japan is united. Like I said, frick the missions, boys. We don't really care about them. Of course, we do lose the shogunate like that. It's so weird that a unified Japan doesn't have a good tier 1 government reform, man. But I'm gonna go, let's see, strong duchies, income from vassals. I don't know. I feel like an autocracy is what we need right here. Eastern plutocracy would be cool for a straight playthrough, but no, we're going autocracy right here. And you know what? I will not abandon Oda ideas. There we go. We can't abandon our roots, and just like that, we stay with these absolutely overpowered mill modifiers right here. We won't restore our color. I like this one better than the other Japan one, so this is what we're staying with. And there we go. We've unified Japan. I love it. Okay, but now the game plan obviously is to do for a couple of years all the things that we haven't been doing that we would normally do, right? We finish stating everything. We lower autonomy. We're really going to start making money now. So we need to put down a bunch of buildings. We're going to spawn gold later on. We're going to take care of Orochoni first right here. Now, it's interesting. Orochoni. This gives us an opportunity to get into Manchuria super early, man. And I kind of did want to go slow and do roleplay type stuff, but I guess it's a good opportunity. Orochoni's province war score cost is 106, so they aren't full annexable in one war, but it's really not a problem. Now, as for fighting Ryukyu right here and Korea, obviously, Ming is having a decent campaign right here. They got troops, they got manpower. They haven't blown up. Let's see, Oirat. They haven't tributary to Oirat. Okay, that's interesting, but Ayutthaya is still a tributary. They've passed 2 reforms and they're gaining mandates. So right now, I'm going to assume Ming is going to have a good campaign until I fight them. But what we're really going to do here is the following. I'm going to declare on Korea, just regular conquest, right? That's going to bring Ming in. Ming is going to get tired of that sooner or later, especially if we blockade them hard. And then I'm also going to declare on Ryukyu. Ming isn't gonna be in that war, so that's gonna be an easy conquest on them and an easy push into Korea. Okay, so let's chill for about 5-6 years here, boys, give or take. Then we'll go for Orochoni, and I will establish a foothold in Manchuria, and then we'll go for Korea and Ryukyu. Yeah, this was pretty quick, man. This was pretty quick. If we stop right here, this video is going to be like 15 minutes. I maxed out our mill here, and it's finally time for our first idea group. Now, I know we need to do colonization and stuff like that, but I'm not even thinking about that right now, boys. we're definitely going to be opening up with quality ideas right here, right? We do want to be army maxing, which is in relation to our national ideas right here. So I'm going to be opening up with quality. That's going to get us even more combat abilities and obviously navy stuff as well, which we do need. I'm probably going to pick up religious for my second one, since it is a goal to convert everything that we conquer as well. That's as far as I'm planning right now. So yeah, quality for our first idea group. Ming is fighting Oirat now. What is it? Ming conquest of something. So they're not even going to make them a tributary, maybe. Let's see. By the way, these are the Japanese missions which replace the daimyo ones. So for this one, stab 2, and we need everyone to like us. Oh, that's a really good one, actually. No stab loss on monarch death. Nice. Until the end of the current age, though. It might make more sense to take this in the age of Reformation. This one, we need pretty much the Ainu stuff right there into lower autonomy. For this one right here, we need to make admin points and no loans. Army professionalism, big army. This one right here, yeah, Korea and stuff like that. Conquer China CB, that's what it gives us. Yeah, nothing too grand, man. Here, 3 gov reform time. We're gonna go centralized monarchical bureaucracy. I'm just waiting on some more ships to finish, and I think we're gonna go in on Orochoni. I'm also gonna select I just could. Oh my god, a boat finished and I couldn't take it. It changed. Okay, so we do have a unique one right here, the Atakebune, which gives us plus 5% morale of navies and heavy ship combat ability plus 5%. But right now, we need this more, and probably for the rest of the game, to be honest. So yeah, nothing beats free horsemen, bro. Except the Biz one that also gives you other things and more galley combat. Yeah, there it is. Okay, well, everything's in position. Let's go ahead and declare on Orochoni. They're allied to Nivik and Haishi. Haishi is probably a tributary. Oh, wait. We can co-belligerent Nivik here. Do we do that? Do we want to aggro these guys that much that early? Wait, Animus, Syncretic, Tangri. There's really not that many people to anger, is there? I'm gonna co-belligerent these guys just in case, and let's declare for Shirabeshi right there. There we go. First war, fighting someone outside of Japan, but to take stuff in Japan. Lucky me, their army was actually here. Just picked up admin 6, so that means it's finally time for production buildings, which means even more money. Yeah, it's the economy is hard when you're a daimyo, but man, once you get all of Japan, you're rolling in cash. Hey, perfect. I was looking for it. But yeah, by the way, boys, in the midpoint of this campaign, man, if you're enjoying this Japan grand campaign, and if you've enjoyed the previous grand campaigns that we've done, and if you want to see more of this one and future ones as well, why not hit that subscribe button if you haven't already? It helps the channel. It lets you stay updated. There's really no downside. So if you haven't subscribed yet, do it. See, now I've beat everyone's ass right here. They got 600 troops. So what you do is you select the army, hold down S and keep selecting it. And then, you know, everyone splits up into equal stacks. And then you just click V, 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 click V. And, you know, you click around everywhere. Click V, click V, click V, click V. You carpet siege. Maxed out on dip. Hey boys, we can always dev. I'm gonna separate piece Nivik here already. Yeah, okay, we see the entire Far East now too, which is awesome. We're not actually going for like Siberia or East Siberia or whatever, or Mongolia or nothing like that. I feel like that's a bit too grand. I'll consider Mongolia, but I don't know. I don't know about that. So yeah, definitely nothing in North America though. Either way, there's a piece out on Nivik. I'm gonna full annex these guys. And there we go. Officially our first piece of land outside of the region of Japan. Still debating on what's going to be states, what's going to be territories, what's going to be trade companies. If we do trade companies, do we want to be like highly centralized? But then again, trade companies are going to make us so much money, and we need to convert the religion too first before we make it a trade company. I'm still thinking about that, but that's like episode 2 and 3 and 4 type stuff. Yeah, these guys are barely full annexable, but we'll still do it. In fact, no, let's not take this and take this instead, because, or maybe this. So like that, yeah, or like this. Like this, I border Shibei, which isn't a Ming tributary, so we can fight them as well. So yeah, there's the piece out on Orochoni. I'm gonna leave them alive in this one province. They aren't full annexable. There we go. Yeah, we're bigger earlier than I thought. Of course, us having stuff over here before we fight Korea does mean that Ming is able to siege it down. So I'm kind of stupid, but we all already knew that, didn't we? All right, now let's core this up. Maybe even fortify ourselves a little bit over here, but then again, that's more war score for Ming and Korea. then declare a phony war on Korea. Hope that Ming gets tired, you know, declare on Ryukyu as well. My navy is already better than theirs. In fact, let me do a navy comparison with Ming right here. So I got more heavies, I got more galleys. Yeah, we got these guys easily, bro. Oh, Ming did tributary Oirat. Okay, so they are having a good game. More fun for us, I guess, to fight a stronger Ming, who's out of manpower now. Yeah, now just waiting for Ming to take another reform, celestial reform, and we hit Korea. The Wokoku pirates and the Bahan trade. So now we are officially doing the second incident, which is the Wokoku pirate. This one was Neo-Confucianism. We're going isolationist in every one of these, no matter what the outcome is. This is like, you know, sort of in a roleplay fashion to represent these guys saying, frick it, we don't frick with no one else. We're just doing our own thing right here. Sometimes it turns out to be positive, right? But sometimes it's gonna turn out to be negative. We're doing it even if they are negative. So either way, I want to stop these picaroons. Second idea group time as well. Let's pick up religious. You know, the earlier we get it, the better, man. I don't know if I've ever seen a religious Japan playthrough, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, very cool. Onamusha in the Edo period. Now, I really do need to take this mission right here, so we just need to lower autonomy, but that's not possible because we have territories. Frick my life. Either way, allow Onamusha to continue operating. General 4642, insane, or their era has ended. They will serve as pawns of power and mandate bureaucracy. Listen, mandate bureaucracy? Get the frick out of here, bro. Get the frick out of here. There we go. Damn. Wait, this is, yeah, she's cruel too, bro. This is insane. Okay, lowered autonomy, and there's Edo Jidai. So the Edo period, the struggles of the past are behind us. Dev discount and global prosperity growth for 25 years. I like it. Oh, Ming has passed a reform. That means it's time to fight them, or well, Korea. Nice. Okay, let me beat these guys up, or well, unsiege this, and we'll get ready. All right, folks, this is a different tactic I'm gonna use right here. One that I haven't tried out in these types of wars before, because I usually go for Korea before I go for these guys, but we just had an opportunity, so why not? So I've got these troops right here, right? This is one army, by the way, just so it doesn't attrition. We're gonna use these guys to fight Korea and Ming. Now, Korea is actually pretty strong. Whoa, they're a miltech ahead of me. Damn. Okay, we're gonna have to avoid them, kinda. This is my navy too. I feel like this navy I'm at, by the way, at naval combat with. I feel like we can beat Korea and Ming with this, and especially if Ming troops come in too, we'll just melt right through them, bro. We're a miltech over them and their low mandate. So we're gonna deck on Korea, but it's really a fake war, so we can deck on Ryukyu without fighting Ming. But then, once Ming drops out of the Korea War, maybe we white piece them, maybe we actually take money or something, then we do actually take land from Korea. So it's kind of a phony but not phony war at the same time. So I'm just gonna declare for, I guess I'm gonna be walking in from the north. I'm gonna declare for Gangnung. There we go. Might as well co-belligerent Ming, right? So I was scared of this Korea, right? I just wiped them. They're a miltech over me, and I caught them in mountains. That's the general, and that's the morale, man. That's the morale for you. So if we go army quality comparison with war enemies, which is this right here, yeah, my morale is like insane compared to these guys. But second Wokoku Pirates incident, so this is isolationist, this is open, and this is sharply towards isolationist. Okay, so this one just gives me money and people hate me. This one doesn't give me money, but everyone likes me. Hell yeah. Okay, Navy strat didn't work out. Of course, the combined Korea-Ming fleets. Oh, also, before I forget, let's declare on Ryukyu. There's also a completely different strat of actually not using your navy at all, declaring on Ming directly and letting them land. Sometimes they do. And then once they land, it's a slaughter. Oh, Jeonju has declared on Korea as well. I feel like I should probably show a battle with Ming. It's like it's a shame if I don't, right? So yeah, there we go. I'm speed 4ing it for you guys. Yeah, that's the second one. We wiped them once already. Okay, back to speed 5. Let's carpet siege a little bit. There we go. There we go. We're pretty close to piecing out Ming, and that's another incident done. We gain provincial trade power for 10 years and one more isolationism level. So now we're at closed doors, which is level 4. And this is what we're gonna stay on, I guess, the entire campaign. You know, there's so many incidents to where you can really flip between levels and stuff like that. But yeah, this is part of our role play, right? And we also got a really good general here in the final event. I got this guy. He's like a pirate turned, you know, our guy. But Jeonju took quite a lot from Korea, actually. These top 2 states, which is quite a lot. Korea, of course, isn't like full annexable or anything like that, and one where they're They're way too powerful for that, or too dev'd, I guess. I was sort of considering even taking Beijing here, but we'd drag out the war versus Ming for too long, I feel like, and it's gonna be more fun when we fight Ming for real, you know, even though they are co-belligerented. So I guess we take money from Ming, max from Korea, which would be this, and then another war with Korea. We can fight Jeonju as well. Yeah, not bad. Look who had the balls to land. It's Ryukyu. Oh my god, I love Ryukyu, dude. I love him. There we go. All right. Actually, no, wait. I'll get war reps from Ming. They're still fairly rich. 800 ducats. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's finish off Korea and go for Ryukyu. Well, you know, I had the free company, so I went for Ryukyu. There's Bushido, actually. Book of the 5 Rings. Oh, these are the branching missions. I think it's for that one, right? Yeah. So we can either do this, which gives us army stuff, or do this, which gives us navy stuff. Now, they're both until the end of the game, right? Yeah. Wow. Going army, baby. Right, as I was saying, we're done with Ryukyu, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, we officially own the entire region of Japan. Nice, that was our main goal for this episode 1. Okay, let's finish off Korea. The Tripitaka Koreana, so we can bring it to Kyoto, and Kyoto gets splendor, institution spread, religious harmonization, Korea hates me. We can burn it down, gain mill points, Korea hates me, or spare it, Korea likes me. This is best, because it's permanent. Okay, Korea will already accept. I don't even gotta siege this level 2 fort down. Okay, Korea will already accept. I don't even gotta siege this level 2 fort over here, which is great. So there's the peace deal with them. And just like that, about a third of Korea is ours. You know, they dev these provinces so much, man, and it might even be beneficial to leave this for like super late game. Let them dev until everything is 40 dev right here and then take it, but no big deal. Okay, so let's reinforce this bitch right here. +1 fort level in Kyoto, which is nice. There we go. Level 2 capital fort, by the way. Core these provinces up, at least the ones we can. And those are pretty much our, what I would call the early game wars as Japan, man. You start as a daimyo, eat up Japan, eat the shogun, eat Ainu, hopefully if they're here, push into the hordes a bit, fight Korea in the main war with Ming, and then the second one with Ryukyu without getting Ming in, you take Ryukyu. Yeah, I like that a lot. There's another mission now as well. Oh, it's down here. Miya Daiku method. Okay, so if our isolationism level is 0 or 1, we receive trade efficiency 2, we get construction, production. That would be nice. And then if it's 3 or 4, we gain a dev discount and goods produced. Actually, that's pretty nice. We could take this at any time, but frick it. Let's take it now. Okay, so because our isolationism level is 4, we gain the goods produced and stuff. Actually, man, already 20% goods produced in 1500, that's not that common. Sure, it doesn't really help out that much because we don't have that many goods to produce, but you get the point. Tea in Musashi, isn't that Tokyo? Right now we produce fish. Of course, it's an excellent idea. It'll become more expensive later. Whereas fish will drop as soon as Britain colonizes like Newfoundland or whatever. This is most likely going to be an ally-less campaign. Yeah. And again, we said that about the Russia campaign too, but we still had some allies. Oh, so while we're chilling over here, you know, I'm doing construction, working on the economy. This is what it's looking like right now, by the way. I'm noticing that Ming has lost some tributaries. So notably, Oirat, Jeonju, for example, some guys over here, unless someone annexed them somehow. So yeah, maybe Jeonju got that event where like they're too big, we don't want to be a tributary anymore, which is great for me, man. That means we can fight Jeonju. I mean, it's as simple as that. Fight Shibei and Jeonju, just co-belligerent these guys. That's gonna be a nice push into the Manchuria, you know. The thing is, man, I'm still debating whether to go for Mongolia, and we'll leave that for next episode. But you know, I already told you boys what we're going for: the Far East, China, the East Indies, which is everything over here, and then Oceania, which is everything over here pretty much. But you know, I know we're doing like subcontinent focus this campaign, but I don't know. Tell me what you boys think about us going for Mongolia as well. I'm not really sold on it yet. It feels like kind of too far out for us to be, you know, the Pacific Empire and stuff like that. Then again, the same could be said about Burma, about it being too far away as well, but it's like right there, right? Whereas Mongolia, you know, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, boys, just to show off a little bit of the construction right here, as well as we take brand new burger loans, which are absolutely huge. We can even do a bunch of monuments, which we will get to them, don't worry. But, oh, we should probably do some centers of trade now as well. There we go. So, Suo, that's another one we want to bump up. So, Marketplaces I've put down pretty much everywhere that we can right now. Production buildings, man. As you can see, we're building them in all the high-value trade good provinces. Fur will become more expensive later on. Churches as well. There's still room for a couple of churches that give us 0.1 ducats a month. And yeah, man, construction is really going great. The economy is booming. And I can only imagine what's it going to be like when we conquer all of China with these insane trade goods. And Southeast Asia, don't even get me started. Oh, Regency. Estate Regency? Yeah, Merchant Guild's Regency. Okay, well, I hope they're loyal, man. I hope they're loyal. Because this next guy, 336, he ain't half bad. So, and I hope we do stay with the Oda dynasty, but hey, I guess it's 7 years until our next war, and that's actually a pretty good place to call this one. But before that, it's time for our Tier 4 government reform. We do have a unique one right here, interweaving of the shrine and state. It gives us, it allows us to take divine, which we're not going to go with, but it does give us 25% religious unity and plus 15% Kanushi loyalty. It's a pretty good one. I don't know if it's better than expand temple rights for us, but hey, it's unique, and I'm all about unique stuff. All right, now I've bumped Echigo up here to 8 production. We need to take this mission to spawn gold right there. All I need is to pay off my loans and get a level 3 admin guy. Oh, well, this will help with the loans. Perfect. So, yeah, there we go. There's just one more, and now we're good on that. Let's hire a level 3 admin guy, and we can take that mission, and there we go. Now we make gold over in this province. I swear it was another one. I guess not, but, yeah, let me just do this. Great, there we go. Up to 10 production, making even more money. Now, we're wasting a lot on corruption because I just got an event for half corruption, but it's okay. Oh, Ming got no bad frontier. That's a very big sign that they are gonna blow up this campaign, which, hey, works for me. Okay, let's get started with our wars. First war for episode 2 right here. I'm gonna go for Jeonju first because they aren't full annexable, so we'll take half. White Peace Shibe or make them break the alliance or something, and they might get gobbled up by Oirat here, sure, but it really doesn't matter, and then we'll finish off Jeonju later. So the plan is to go half, all half, if these guys still exist. So yeah, there's our declaration on Jeonju, still just regular conquest. I'm just gonna declare for Iman right here. Oh, that's right! We got a Regency Council last time? Or wait, I don't actually remember this. Damn, okay, 5 more years of chilling. Right, we did get a Regency Council. I guess with all this money we're making, we can start upgrading the monuments right here, which we have 3 of over in Japan. We got the Imperial City of Kyoto at Tier 3, Max Absolutism and Liberty, Desire, and Subjects. Actually, that's pretty good. For the Mount Fuji right here, globally prestige. I don't really care about the areas. And then in Tokyo, we have the Sankin Kotai Palaces. Globally, war taxes, general discounts. Yeah, we should do the Imperial City first, man. You know, start it early. Hey, that's pretty nice. Pretty good event. Now, colonialism has spawned, obviously. We got the super cheap province, Setsu, right here to dev, and we can make it even cheaper by activating Encourage Dev. It's also right next to our capital, which is nice. And actually, man, Kyoto isn't that expensive to dev either, but it's already at 21 is the thing, so yeah, we can just bump this up a couple of more times, just like that, expand infrastructure soon, and we're pushing colonialism there. In the meantime, Ming has declared a conquest war on Jeonju. Interesting. All right, Regency is done. I know the plan was to go for Jeonju, but they won't help Shibe, so frick it. We're doing it the other way around. I mean, there we go. Super easy, super quick. Only took a couple of months. This is gonna be a full annex on Shibe. And there we go, just like that. All of that is ours. Lots of AA and stuff like that, but we don't really care about that in this region. Okay, nice. Ah, damn, Oirat owns 1 Far East province. And by the way, man, last episode, I know I asked you guys your thoughts on us conquering Mongolia as well. I wasn't really sold on it, you know, like thinking and stuff. It might be like too inland for a Pacific Empire or whatever. And the thing is, I still don't know your thoughts because I ended up having more time, and I'm recording this episode 2 before episode 1 is even out. So yeah, episode 1 comes out tomorrow, March 14th. Right now it's March 13th for me. You're probably watching this on the 18th. Either way, all of that right there is done, which is very nice. Truce with Korea is also up. There's still a Ming tributary. Ming would be probably even easier to beat right now. They're out of manpower, mandate even lower than earlier. Let's just see what they do with Jeonju here, and if they get that horrible event, because Oirat is still here. So Ming did take 2 provinces, but they also tributaried Jeonju, which, you know, if we didn't have a regency, we wouldn't have that problem now, would we? But not a problem. And the Age of Reformation has started. Just as I take Admin 8, what thingies have we completed? Convert provinces, Asian trade, unify culture. Nice, nice, I like that. The Age of Reformation is always the hardest one for me to do stuff in because, I don't know. But yeah, okay, so now, I think we go for Korea, man. I think we finish off Korea now. Well, actually, they might be too big. Yes, they are, so... yeah, our second war with Korea right here. Ming is gonna be involved. I think I'm just gonna take money from them. Yeah, we're really not focusing on Ming that much. I could hit them directly too, but they're allied to this Bengal, who is actually gonna be more annoying than Ming. So maybe I can even make them end the alliance with Bengal. So there we go. There's our deck on Korea for Cheongju for real. And now we got the navies up. Hell yeah. Okay, I had to white piece Ming here. I couldn't make them break an alliance or anything like that. And I've been sieged down because I didn't realize this before the war started. But Ming and Korea were 2 mil techs ahead of me. I was focusing on the ideas too much. I teched up to 9 now. They're only 1 ahead of me. But that's why I had to piece out Ming. So yeah, now we can easily finish this war. Okay, I'm gonna go for these 3 provinces now, man. They're super expensive and AE is actually super high. A coalition won't really form, but, you know, let's just take it slow. We'll find someone else to fight. No money, actually, no money. And yeah, maybe we should even hold off on fighting Ming until we gain access to the Conquer China CB. I guess it's special or something like that. For that, we need 20 provinces in Korea. We need to own Kaesho, Hanseong, and we need 5 forts in Korea. Sorry, and then you know, we'll gain access to that CB and their great project right there. So yeah, that's how we're gonna do it, man. So we're gonna fight Jeonju here, take their stuff in Korea, fight Korea again, and then we'll get into it with Ming. Strange. So Jeonju made Korea a vassal now. I mean, all right, I guess. Okay, so with that development and with me catching up on tech, and I'm actually ahead of Jeonju, you know, it's the first time I see that it tells you the tech type when you hover over this. Like, it says nomadic, Jeonju, Chinese for Ming, Indian for these guys over here, Muslim, nomadic, Eastern. I've never noticed that. How have I never noticed that? Either way, what I was getting at is, let's fight Jeonju, man. With this catching up in tech, we'll be able to... oh my god, Korea again, their annoying ass fort. You know what? I'm gonna pull out some loans right here, and I'm gonna get that company back up. There we go, the Grand Company. They can carpet siege or something. All right, let's go. Let's fight Jeonju for, well, for stuff in Korea. Really, because now we don't gotta choose with Korea. Okay, it was much easier this time, man. Made Ming break the alliance with Bengal and got money from them, and there's Jeonju full siege. The only thing is, my navy did get beaten this time because Jeonju had boats as well. But yeah, let's take, what do we declare for the Iman, conquest of Iman? Okay, I'm gonna take that, and can we do... we can do that. I did get a war score cost versus other religions, but actually, there we go. Let's not take that, man. Save a couple of admin points and stuff like that. But there's all of Korea. Ours. Nice. I like that a lot. It might have made sense to take these to get connected up to here, but it's not a problem. We'll finish off Jeonju later. Okay, so I am going to lower war exhaustion here to save some admin points. Let's core all of these up. With that, I think we do own... well, 20 provinces in Korea is apparently all of Korea. Now we just need to build 3 more forts in Korea. I really don't get the point of that, but I don't know. I guess we can put some down. I mean, later we won't even need them, but whatever. I'm gonna build them as soon as stuff is finished coring. Or no, actually. I'm gonna build them now. There we go, in provinces. There we go. Let's put one down there. 4, 5. There we go. 5 forts. I'm gonna delete all of them, of course. Okay, cool. I'm actually gonna keep the Grand Company around for a little bit now. Yeah. Okay, got truces with everyone. It's time to chill some more. I do like the chilling aspect of this campaign quite a lot, though. It's nice and relaxing, taking everything at our own pace. Obviously, in a guide setting, I would recommend that you have fought Ming like 3 times by now, but I don't know. I'm trying out this other chill way. Of course, it's only like the Confucian guys or whatever up here that are mad, and the Horde guys. No one anywhere else cares about what we're doing with Korea. Now, obviously, to promote Korean culture, we do have to state things over here, and I was gonna, but we were tight on GovCap, so that's why I've been building, you know, the GovCap buildings up until this point. So let's state up Southern Korea right here. And Eastern Korea too, why not? There we go. This will cost a lot of admin, but it is what it is. Oh, we had just enough apparently. Now we should be able to promote Korean. Yes, that is something we did want to do before that mission, because that will grant us access to this monument right here, and it's actually pretty good for advisors and you know, points later on down the line. Even at tier 1, it's very useful. Well, there's 5 forts in Korea, and there's the mission Imjin War, Army Tradition, Conquer China CB, and we gain that monument for ourselves. Nice, now we can use it. All right, so there's the conquest of China CB against Ming. Let's see if anything is different. Okay, 75% AE and 75% cost. That's good. Way better than conquest. Perfect, man. So it was worth going for all of Korea before we even touch Ming at all. Nice, nice. I'm satisfied with that. Okay, so I think after this, man, after our truce is up, we're gonna do a straight up war versus Ming. Then fight Jeonju, White Peace Ming to reset our truce with them, eat up Jeonju, and continue pushing into Ming. And, you know, as far as idea groups, man, I know we're pretty far off from Admin 10 because we've been doing lots of things, but I think I should pick up Exploration. Yeah, Exploration for tier 3. And I know even though this episode drops, or I'm recording it before the other one has dropped, I know you guys are saying we go for America too. I can predict that. We're not. We're not going for America. We're not going for East Siberia either. Now, I've just completed a burgers agenda. What I'm going to do is actually sell titles right now, man, so I can get all of these guys above 60. So there we go. Now we can take this mission. No stab loss on Monarch Death. -1 national arrest. All estates loyalty. Perfect. And since they're all super loyal, I can just seize and we're back above 30 again. Nice. Okay, finally getting a samurai army up. They've got plus 5% discipline and minus 10% morale damage received, but it costs 50% more to reinforce. Another incident has started. So we are in the Iko-Iki incident, which is related to Buddhism. Obviously, just a reminder that this will be a non-tolerant isolationist Japan playthrough, where no matter what the best outcome is for any incident, we always go isolationist. So this is open, this is neutral, and this is isolationist. Oh, well, this is something I would have gone with either way. Stab. Ming is fighting Jeonju again? They stopped being their tributary, I guess. And interesting that even though Ming got Unguarded Nomadic Frontier, they haven't blown up. Their mandate has been sucking for a while now, or maybe they even took their third one over here, but nothing bad is really happening to them. You know, they still got these southern tributaries down here. Okay, truce with Ming is up. Oh, a mission? Deploy the Atakebune. Ship durability, naval tradition. Cool. And if we complete naval, we get a special flagship. We're not going to complete. Well, actually, you know, we've done so many mill hegemons in these grand campaigns. We just did we've done so many economic hegemons. We've just done a mill hegemon in the Russia grand campaign. It might be, yeah, I think we should go naval hegemon this campaign, boys. It will be funny, right? Okay, I'm gonna think about it. Let me know what you guys think about naval hegemon Japan. Either way, let's go ahead and declare a Ming right here, man. Obviously, we can even use take Mandate of Heaven, which is better. Yeah, we border them. Might as well use it, man. Frick it. We're not actually gonna take the Mandate of Heaven, though. I know someone said in the Japan suggestions to take the Emperorship and be Emperor Japan, and it is pretty good to be Emperor Japan in these latest updates, but no, straight up conquest. We hate the institution of the Empire of China. We're the Empire of Japan. War is going excellently, if I may say so myself. It's also time for our tier 5 gov reform time, and now we do have some unique ones right here. We got the Ashigaru regiments, so minus 10% infantry cost and plus 50% army tradition from battles is good. And then we also got the early Bushido code, samurai force limit, and yearly army tradition decay. Now, what do we get samurai force limit from? We have 11. We can only have up to 11 because of owing to 11 from 15.7% of our force limit. Okay, so it's based on total force limit. Total force limit will become huge later on. So let's take a look at the other modifiers: army tradition decay, or infantry cost and army tradition from battles. Or we can even do some of these things if we're going naval hegemon later on. But I think I'm gonna go with this because, you know, when we grow, the force limit of the samurai will grow anyway, right? This 10% really won't help us too much in the early game, and later it'll be redundant. So I'm actually going Ashigaru regiments here. I love unique ones. As you all know, gov reforms are some of my favorite parts of the game. Now, I'm looking at this mission as well. Mandate to rule them all. We have to either have 85% war score versus Ming, or own all of Beijing, Nanjing, and Canton. If we complete this mission while crushing the Emperor of China, we'll gain the fate of the mandate, or if we do it by taking those provinces, I guess we gain a CCR and province war score cost. I actually am interested in seeing fate of the mandate. Maybe we can even collapse the mandate super early if we get 85% war score now, which, when you think about it, would kinda help Ming, and I would no longer have access to the Take Mandate of Heaven CB. So it's more interesting to do it the first way, but it's more optimal to do it the second way, not only because of the modifiers we get here, but also because of we have access to the Take Mandate of Heaven CB. So I'll do this mission after I take Beijing, Nanjing, and Canton. Yeah. Japanese Iko-Iki have risen up in Bungo. This is regarding the incidents again. Yeah, I've never seen, oh, they want to overthrow the government. Oh, this is how you become Theocracy Japan, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's how you become Theocracy Japan. Okay, you learn something new every day. You gotta play for quite a while, I guess, to become a theocracy, but yeah. And there's the end of the Iko-Iki stuff. One more isolationism level. Of course, we've been at level 4 for quite a while. And actually, ladies and gentlemen, Ming is ready to accept, and I'm doing a weird peace deal here. I'm taking Beijing, Nanjing, and this province that I need to reach Nanjing, and Canton and Macau as well right here. Normally I wouldn't do this. You know, normally we would do regular conquest, but I want to take this mission later when we fight Ming again for the CCR and the province war score cost, which would be very nice as well. Really, overextension is what's stopping us here, boys. This only costs 35 war score. I could take, like, so much, man, and I really don't want to be creating subjects right here. You know, I know there's lots of Ming vassals we can do stuff to, and then do reconquests and stuff like that, but, wait, do we do just that? You know, you never really fight Ming with the reconquest, because it's like, not worth it. But look at Shi, for example, that we can pop, you know, and these other guys in the south, Yue, Wu, Shun up north. But I want to do it. I want to do it myself. Let's take all of their money again. There we go. Beijing, Nanjing, and Canton are ours. We can do this one, and since we're gonna be resetting the truce with Ming anyway, might as well take this mission now. And which do we get? We get that one, right? We do the alternatively one. Yeah. All right, good luck staying alive, bud. They're definitely gonna blow up after this, which is great. I'm assuming we'll have at least the conquest of China CB versus all of the other guys, right? But yeah, man, this puts us in a really strong position in China. We can push in 3 different areas right here. Nice. Either way, with all of that done, let's finally take Admin Tech 10, ladies and gentlemen, and form Japan. Oh wait, we're already Japan. And yeah, you know what? I am gonna go exploration expansion now with, you know, with like, not main colonizers, which main colonizers I consider Portugal and Castile only. With the non-main guys, I do usually like going exploration expansion for my 3rd and 4th one. That would be France or England or the Netherlands when I'm colonizing as them. England you can do 1st and 2nd or 3rd and 4th, but Japan, I would probably recommend 3rd and 4th. At the end of this campaign though, or when I no longer need these, I'm definitely going to be getting rid of them and swapping them for something more important. But for now, it's time to explore, baby. So much money from Ming too. We can bump this one up to tier 2, which would be nice. I already did this one to tier 2 earlier when I stole money from Ming, but we got some other ones too in China as well. We got the Porcelain Tower, which we can't use unless we accept Jianghuai culture. And you know, it does make sense to go Emperor for auto acceptance of all these cultures, but still. And then we got the Nanjing Grand Canal, which would be nice too. Yeah, we're gonna do all of those canals later, man. But for now, let's just do the Korean one up to tier 2. Ming won't even defend Jeonju now. Yeah, so resetting the truce on them won't work. No big deal. Okay, just got a colonist. These guys are asking for knowledge sharing. I married these guys so I get an heir. My heir just died, but colonial range is really good, man. We can even go to Australia. I guess it does make sense since we're so far along in the game. It's 1545. So what makes more sense? To go furthest this way so the Europeans have a harder time arriving? I think that's the strat, man. And going over to the subcontinents as well. Right, there's islands here in the Indian Ocean that are part of the East Indies as well. So, okay, we'll go the eastest we can go. Or sorry, actually the westest, since we're here. There, Mentawai, or here, so we can get involved with these guys. Yeah, okay, I'm actually gonna go with native coexistence here. I really don't care about doing this fast. There we go, let's send that guy there. So yeah, I've decided I am gonna trade company everything in the East Indies over here that we can. I guess, right? But first I need to convert, yeah. And then everything, I guess, up here, like Xi'an, Beijing, Hangzhou, Canton, Chengdu, Nippon, and Girin, will all get routed to Beijing, whereas the stuff down here, Burma, Siam, Malacca, Moluccas, Philippines, what was this, Polynesian Triangle, Australia, they'll all get routed to Malacca, and I'll have to collect here as well. No big deal. Ah, this created a center of trade in Kyoto. I just upgraded to tier 2, but I just noticed. Okay, I mean, Ming won't... Oh, wait, they will. Nice. They weren't about to help them. Okay, this changes things. Wait, our truce with Ming is until 52, so only 6 years. So will we really reset our truce like this? I mean, it's gonna take more than a year to piece them out. Thing is, they weren't willing to accept up until just a few months ago, man. Assholes. I mean, frick it. Let's go for Jiangsu either way. We'll white peace Ming. Sure, it'll extend our truce by like a year, but frick it. Okay, there we go. Let's fight Jiangsu. Okay, there we go. Ming's out. I am gonna make them end the alliance with Bengal again. It'll make the war way, way longer. So there we go. Truce extended by 1 year, but no alliance with Bengal. Honestly worth it. And war with Jiangsu is done, and we can finally connect our land in Manchuria to our land in Korea. Perfect, man. Nice. I like that a lot. Okay, next wars with Ming. I think we're mostly going to focus on this right here, so I can also connect Beijing to the rest of this. Or it would make sense to go for the coastline as well, but we got time. Tons of wars versus Ming, so we're really in no rush right here. At this point, of course, we could already get into it with these guys right here. But yeah, let's 5 years. I don't know. And that's finally a wrap on religious. Jesus, siege ability and morale damage, pretty good. So I'm actually gonna start using mill points to develop the printing press, which is already spawned. So there we go, lots of spawning institutions, man. Kyoto is now actually the cheapest province, and it makes sense that our capital would be the most dev. The only thing is, it's already at 22, but let's activate encourage dev. We'll expand infrastructure as well and start pushing up for what you call it, the printing press. Can we do it all at once since it's so dev'd in admin and dip? It makes most sense to push and dip. I'll do that a little bit. And there we go. It's already there. Nice. Printing press embraced. Or spawned, not embraced. Yeah, so what we're doing right now, boys, is I'm waiting for my truce with Ming to expire, and I will fight them. But in the meantime, I'm spying on these guys down here. So we're going to go ahead and hit Ming. Since our truce with them will be super long, we'll get involved with these guys down here in the meantime. I'm not focusing on Australia right now too much, even though if a colonial nation forms, they can do their own thing. Yeah, not bad at all. We can at least see a large portion of Oceania. Gave out New World Charters. I'm also gonna get in... which one is that? It's not... Yeah, the conversion one. Yeah, that one. Enforced unity of faith. We can now... Yeah, do that. We don't need to. Okay. But we do have manufactories now, at least some that we can actually make money off of. So, yeah, it's time to start putting those bitches down as well. Okay, truce with Ming is up, and our CB should be back. There we go. Now it's back. Now we got take mandate to heaven. Okay, take capital Yangzhou. It's down here. Let's go for it. Oh my god, Ming is insta sad? That's so sad. Mandate is threatened. Of course it's threatened, you dumbass. I'm so sad that we can only do that much versus Ming, man. It's 98 overextension, 400 admin points, but 28% war score. I guess it does make wars faster, and I know how much to push, but I'm gonna be piecing out for just this right here. I don't want to go over 100, and the truce won't even be that long. Only 8 years. So there we go. There's a peace out versus Ming. Nice expansion. We've connected our land over here to Beijing, or Hokuhei, as it's apparently called in Japanese. And yeah, we're just taking control of the far east border right here. A province from Chahar that we need to steal here in China. A province from Oirat in the far east. Another province that Oirat owns over here in China, but we'll get to that later. So now that we've connected this up, I think for our future wars versus Ming, we need to work on taking out the coastline, right? That does make the most sense, like, economically and whatnot. But, yeah, let's just beat up some rebels, core these provinces up, and, I guess get started with our conquest in Southeast Asia, man. There we go. That's already Shinto, so I can add it to a trade company. Wait, it's already done. Oh, I thought it was Spain. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, I'm just going to the furthest ones, boys. Or maybe the Andamans. It really doesn't matter. Oh, there's actually 3 of these here, huh? Now let's go to this one. There's a level 3 center of trade in Nippon. Okay, I would have preferred it in Beijing, I guess, but makes sense. But yeah, about 40 years into episode 2 right here. Let's take a look at the Great Powers list. So we've effectively doubled our, what you call it, development, right? We were number 6, 600 and something. Now we're number one, 1200 and something. Well, technically, you know, the Ottomans will be first, but they don't have an institution. Ming is still really strong. It's strange to me, man, that they're not blowing up, right? Like, they're super low mandate. I took their 3 most important cities. Oirat, they got unguarded nomadic frontier from Oirat. They have no tributaries, and they're still not blowing up. Sure, their troop count and manpower has been, like, very low for quite a while, but why aren't guys popping? Do I hold the important provinces necessary for those guys to pop? I don't think so. The conquest of China could have been so much faster if we got like Yue and Dali and Wu and Shun and Ning and all of those other guys. But I don't know. I guess we're not getting that. Either way, moving my troops. Oh, they're already here. Okay. So yeah, while we're waiting for our truce with Ming to expire, we're going to poke around in tiny little wars down here. Who's that? Why? Why do they always have to show up? Why when you're doing something like this? It's like, they're here first. Who's this? Spain? No, Spain as usual. No, it's the Mamluks, boys. Okay, the Ottomans don't have a coast over here, but I bet you, once they eat up the Mamluks, man, the Ottomans are gonna go exploration expansion. They're gonna come right here. We're gonna have to fight them for Australia. Well, I guess we were too late in getting involved in these islands early. Might as well focus on consolidating more important regions. Is that England? No, it's Adal. Why is it Adal? How did Adal take that? These games, man. Bohemian Russia. Bohemia's got Lithuania and Poland, and they're integrating. Right, I guess that's why they're here. This game, dude. You know, unexpected, but also kinda low-key expected stuff like this reminds me of the time I was washing dishes with Emmanuel Macron, and he was telling me about his love life. I mean, damn, Emmanuel. I can't believe you actually married her just because you called her mom instead of teacher in the 3rd grade, but, you know, you gotta get out of it somehow, right? Oh no, je m'appelle Cheval. He was crazy for that one. Either way, Mamluks colonizing aside, let's fight Palembang here. We need to do something while we wait on Ming. And now we got the Holy War CB, so that's dope. You know, at least the good thing about these, like, Mamluk wars, and I'm assuming Ottoman wars, and hopefully not Adal, but, you know, Spain, Portugal, France, England, whoever comes here is, it's gonna be so easy to take these provinces from them, right? They're annoying and needless wars, but I'll literally just stand on Nias later, and I won't even do a battle with the Mamluks, and after some time they'll accept, but yeah. Okay, that's an unconditional from Palembang, so those provinces are ours. Nice. Yeah, I feel like I lay off of the Malacca tributaries a little bit because it's gonna be annoying. I'd rather do these other guys. Oh, look at this. So Chahar is an Oirat tributary, but Oirat won't defend them right now because they're heavily in debt. I wonder if they'll accept this. No, they won't. So we can actually fight Chahar here for this one province that we need from them. But the thing is, Ming also comes in, so I guess it's better to fight Ming and then take the province from Chahar. Bengal again, dude. They keep allying each other. I allied Bengal. Now they're not willing to help Ming. Well, they aren't willing to help because they're in debt, but you get the point. Frick yeah, 4 siege guy. Alrighty, truce with Ming is up. Let's keep pummeling them. They've actually declared a war on Chagatai, which once again proves their stability somehow, to me at least. There we go. We're declaring once again, take Mandate of Heaven. We'll really only need like 30% war score to take max what we can, and we'll also nab Chahar right there as well. So there we go. Yoink. And there we go. Ming's already willing to accept. So what I'm going to do is take their northern border right here like this. I nab like 4 forts, and also northern China is on lock. Everything north of that we don't actually need. And then I'm also taking a little bit of a couple of provinces here, and then Fuzhou as well, because I am getting sick and tired of a lot of these forts. But there we go, man. Super short wars with Ming. They accept at like 28% war score. If I wasn't a pussy and willing to go over 100 overextension, I could take more, but this is a chill campaign. No need to do that. And realistically, we're not even waiting that much in between wars. I hope they blow up now. Still ended up over 100 because of the province I took from Chahar. I forgot. Now we're actually in a pretty good position to fight Oirat and take 2 provinces that we need from them. Only Hulunbuir right here and Yumen. Unless we decide to go for Mongolia later on, which is, you know, another thing to do in a further episode. But, yeah, I think we finished scoring the Ming stuff, and we hit Oirat literally for just 2 provinces. They're allyless. They got a couple of tributaries I don't care about, so yeah. Also, we're keeping the Great Wall. In fact, as you can see, I've extended it. Listen, Listen, these Chinese guys, man, as smart as they were, shout out to Sun Tzu and stuff, to beat your enemy, you gotta defeat him type shit, but I'm extending the Great Wall of China up north. It's not gonna end in the sea, because they can just go around. I know they didn't have boats, but what if horses swam? Tier 6 gov reform time. I guess you can become a theocracy this way too. So later, of course, we're gonna go for royal decree. Usually around this point, I take aristocratic, but we're not playing with subjects at all this campaign. You know what? I'm gonna take royal decree, even though it's gonna be useless for the next 40 years. Pretty close to the age of absolutism, boys. That's gonna be about the end for episode 2 right here. And speaking of episode 2, man, if you guys are enjoying this Japan Grand Campaign or any other, Grand Campaign or any other video and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? At least do it for that Macron joke I did. But yeah, man, if you want to stay up to date with when new episodes drop, definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It does help out a lot. And of course, let me know in the comments, are you enjoying this Japan Grand Campaign? It's more chill, more relaxed than the other ones we've done, and I'm trying to do something different with all of these ones. So yeah. Either way, the provinces that we took from Ming have been cored up, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not stating anything here, boys. We're kind of struggling with GovCap a little bit right here. I'm gonna slowly continue stating stuff in China, but we're just taking so much, it might be a problem. Yeah, let's go ahead and fight Oirat, literally for just these 2 provinces. Looking at this Oirat, it's actually pretty big, man. A pretty big Transoxiana as well. Timurids obviously blew up. Bohemia, what did they do? Let's see, they're fighting the Great Horde now in the Bohemian Crusade against the Great Horde. All right. They're supporting Sweden, allied only to Brunswick, and almost done integrating both Poland and Lithuania. They've probably been doing this for a very long time, man, but especially both at the same time. They're also warning Muscovy. I can't see the empire just yet, so I don't know who the emperor is. It is Bohemia, or wait, no, no, it's not Bohemia. They're still a kingdom, but they're Protestant. Yeah, I guess we'll figure out everything over here later. Taking a look at Spain, France. Spain is here, France is here, Britain is here, Portugal is here. We're gonna see all of those guys. There we go. With that though, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially, we do officially own the entire subcontinent of the Far East. So that's 1 down, 1, 2, 3 to go. And we need to convert it all to Shinto. That's pretty slow, though. It's only because I got 2 missionaries, man. I wish I could get more, but I don't think we got any, like, religious-type monuments here. There's the Christianity incident, so this is pretty much how you become Christian and Japan. Baptized ruler. Hell no, bruh. We're staying Shinto. Obviously, this leads to isolationist. That's what we want. We do not want to hear what their god can teach us. This is the open strat. So, yeah. Move you towards isolationist, sharply move you towards isolationist. That's what I want. Yeah, so 3 incidents down, only 1 active. We do have 4 more urbanization. That's, I guess, the next one. Then we got the Ryzen Shogunate Authority. I don't think we can get that. Can we? Yeah, we can't. And then, yeah. There's admin 14, though. This is going to help us colonize a lot quicker. We are going with expansion. Just to repeat, we are going to be getting rid of both of these once we're done colonizing everything we need. Okay, now I can start using my Diplo points for something actually relevant. So there's no point in promoting any of these cultures since by themselves they're so small, man, and they just take up slots. So we're just going to be doing it the other way, this way. Waiting on Ming truce, you know what that means. It's time to go back down to Sumatra. We're gonna do... Oh, actually, let me cancel. Yeah, we're gonna fight Pugger Young right here. There we go. Cancel. And there it is. You know, I've gotten the 2nd colonist. Might as well go here and then fight the Filipino guys, right? Which one is the most dev'd here? That doesn't matter. Game has kind of slowed down, so I wonder... is the War of the Religious League happening? No. Missions in Kyoto. Ayo, frick your missions, bro. Frick your missions. We're getting some really nutty generals. That's one of the reasons I stuck with the Oda ideas. Either way, war with Pugger Young done. This is going to be a full annex, and that's going to nab us another gold mine, which we really don't care about because we're going to be trade companying all of this later once it's converted to Shinto. Not before, though. As you can see, out of these provinces, doing little checks. Yep. Oh, that one's not in. We do need to add that, but that one isn't. Yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. So... manually having to add all of this to a trade company is going to be a pain in the ass, but it's got to be done. Let's take a look at what other guys have come here. So this is Mamluks, this is Mamluks, this is Mamluks, this is Spain, Portugal, Adal, and yeah, we're going to have to take these provinces. These are going to be like our farthest western outposts. Our furthest eastern ones, I guess, are gonna be maybe even some down here or something like that, if not Hawaii. Either way, let's fight Ming again. Take Mandate of Heaven, of course, and 30% war score is all we need. I think, yeah, I've been thinking about this coastline for the entire game, but maybe we just keep surrounding Ming? I don't know, that's not very roleplay-y though, is it? Let's just go for coastline. Or better yet, man, forts. That's it. Lots of admin points, lots of overextension, but not a lot of war score. There we go. So just took a couple of more forts right here, and yeah. But now we can do another mission, which is end the false emperor. Why can we end the false emperor? Because we have 25 provinces in North China. That gives us regiment discounts, and increases the price of iron for 20 years, and every province with iron and a manufactory will gain 1 dev, and we lose autonomy. Now the game really does want us to do naval and maritime. Has the necessary requirements for naval hegemon? That's interesting. Oh, damn, I don't have any admin points. I really don't get it why they're not blowing up. Like, what more could we do? There's nothing more we can do. Yeah, it's just gonna be Ming the entire game. I mean, okay. And I know some of you are probably thinking like, okay, if you only need 30% war score with Ming to take 100 overextension, why don't you use the rest of that war score, like push them up to 100 and make them release guys? There's really no point, since when I make them release someone, they're usually too big, and even if I do, man, I'll have the same big-ass truce, like a 15-year truce, with the guys I make Ming release too, so it's not like we can fight someone else in the meantime here. It's after the initial truce is up, sure, we could juggle them, but there's no point. Okay, since we're still waiting for our next truce with Ming to expire, and I feel like I've said that 20 times this campaign, let's go ahead and fight the Filipino guys, because I have a spy on Tondo right here. They're allied to Maguindanao, which is these guys, and Butuan, which is those guys. If we co-belligerent Maguindanao, Manila comes in, and we just co-belligerent all 4 of these guys, so that's like 4 out of the 6 Filipino guys in 1 war, and then we'll do Cebu and Sulu later. And Christianity has been defeated. There we go. Yep. 4 down, 4 to go. Closed doors all the way, baby. There's a mission we can take now. A new Buddha, question mark? Okay, so what happens? Has completed a spread of Christianity, stab 3 religious units. Okay, so obtain new missions. I guess it's just this one down here. If we completed the incident via a Kurishita realm outcome, we didn't do. Significant Christian presence, we didn't do that. Christianity defeated, that's what we did. We gain access to the balance of power mission, as well as Japan gets Shinto warriors until the end of the game. A missionary, yes! Morale of armies plus 15%, hello! Cost of enforcing religion through war and manpower and true faith, that's insane. This is like the best way to do it, man. Yeah, this is insane, perfect, I love it. So that's the way we did it. We just gotta complete this. One of the following must be true. 6 privileges to everyone, or 100 absolutism. And then what happens if we complete this mission via absolutism? The shogun will reign supreme, granting us the following reward. Country name will change to the shogunate. Enact supreme shogunate tier 1 government reform. I've never heard of this. No one's ever spoken about this, not since Japan got updated. It wasn't in the dev diary, there wasn't nothing about this. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. Fix to empire, fix dynasty. If we completed the other way around, with basically by doing it now, we can transfer subject, admin efficiency, monarchical, samurai force limit. If we complete the mission via empowering the estates, oh, that's still the same thing. That's just the reform modifiers. The emperor will have to support necessary to depose the shogun. Wait. Country name changes to Empire of Japan. The event House of the Rising Sun happens? Bruh. Both of these are good. Okay, let's think about this now. The absolutism thing is insane. If you're going perhaps for a daimyo, world vassal daimyo swarm playthrough, right? Where you daimyo everyone, right? That's like the Yuku strat or whatever. So that would be insane. But being called the Empire of Japan is the coolest shit in the world. So I'm gonna do it the other way. I'm not gonna do the absolutism way. We're not gonna get that dope ass tier 1 gov reform or those awesome reforms with the admin efficiency and monarch skill and samurai force limit. I'm literally doing this just for the name, baby, just for the love of the game. So let's go ahead and grant 6 privileges to all of these guys. So the merchant guilds, we can go ahead and give them indebted. There's 5. And we can give them, I don't know. What else can we give them? What's something that's cheap? What's something that's cheap? I think I'll just do these regular ass ones. Yeah, free enterprise. There we go. Doesn't really do anything. Then with the Kanushi. Well, let's do establish new world missions because we're doing that stuff as well. And let's do clerical ministers. So there's 6 for them as well. And then for the Bushi, for the nobles, let's do... I don't want to do anything that takes away crownland. So let's do Bushi and officer corps. Let's do right of council. And let's do expand the fortifications maybe. That will be good like for some Great Wall of Japan type roleplay, right? Yeah, expand the fortifications. So there's 6 privileges for every estate. Now we just need to be at peace. Yep. There's another decision there as well, which is... Sure, I'll do that. Sure, why not? And we can, and yeah, there's the extra missionary. Dude, Empire of Japan or the Shogunate? Why does no one in EU4 know about this mission? I love cool stuff like this. Damn, man, it's like, you know, I just can't stop thinking about this mission. So everyone wants to do Christian Japan, country name changes to Kurishitan Japan. That's not cool enough. Boys, don't become Christian as Japan. Shinto is the coolest way to go. Excellent. War with the Filipino guys is done, and we will be full annexing everyone that we just fought. Nice, man. All of this costs so much admin points, and we even already have CCR, man. Let's see, core creation cost. I think it's probably like 10% only, but still. Minus 2.2, why? War exhaustion? Come on, you gotta be kidding me. There we go. Okay, we can core those up, and now we can take the mission, ladies and gentlemen. There is a house in New Orleans. They call it the Rising Sun. Boom, just like that. We have waited for far too long. Mihito the First 553 with a strong claim becomes ruler. Divine Empire Tier 1 government reform. It didn't tell me that. It didn't tell me that at all. Fixed empire rank. Has a fixed dynasty, which is the Oda dynasty. Tolerance of the true faith. All estates loyalty. No stab loss on monarch death. Max privileges per estate. Samurai force limit. Boom. We have waited for far too long. There is a unique Tier 1 government reform as Japan, ladies and gentlemen, as the Empire of Japan. We will not restore our name. No. Oda color Empire of Japan. That's peak Japan playthrough. So Divine Empire and Supreme Shogunate actually is still there showing up. So this is obviously let me see actually. Okay, so we do have Divine too, dude. It's insane. So this is another way to get like Divine. We're not really a theocracy, I don't think. Right? No, we're not a theocracy. We're still a monarchy. Okay, excellent. But yeah, that's so the way to become a theocracy is still via that third incident, the Iko Iki. But very nice, man. I'm actually loving this. So yeah, started courting of the provinces. We are the Empire of Japan. Finally, a name that fits us. So fixed dynasty, Yamato. Where did these guys come from? I don't know. Just cool shit. Cool shit makes me hype, bro. You guys know by now that stuff like this is like way more important to me than you know, dope modifiers. Like, oh my god, dude, I'd rather play a country with no missions and lame national ideas that can do stuff like this, like changing the name and cool events like that and unique government reforms, than someone like, I don't know, with OP national ideas, like, I don't know, oh, Prussia, we're maxing the military, you know. I love visual. Either way, time for the Empire of Japan to declare on Ming with the, we got so much CBs. Let's just still use mandate. Okay, game is slow as frick. Now we definitely, yeah, War of the Protestant League. So, hey, interesting. Is Bohemia the leader? I can't see the other side, I don't think. Yeah, I can only see the guys that are on Bohemia's side. Okay, here's the other side. Damn, this is like a huge one though. Too bad I can't see it, man. That's it. We are taking pretty high def provinces though when you think about it like this. I mean, look at it right here, man. Or, you know, you can see it here too, obviously. 31, 23, 16, 15, 13, 10, 10, 7. This is like the cheapest one right here. But yeah, slowly chopping away at Ming. Now our truce, it's never that long, but I guess we, get back to some guys down here. Meanwhile, with the second colonist, I'm also colonizing Australia, man. We're gonna be establishing a colonial nation here soon. I finally stayed at Beijing. We're gonna move our main trade port to there. Okay, so everything up here will be routed to Beijing. So, yeah, I need a guy in Hangzhou now. Transfer from Hangzhou to Beijing. I know I don't have enough control over these other ones, and I kind of did it early, but frick it, man. Why not? And listen, I know because we're in the Far East, we can like trade company all of China, but I don't want to do that, man. Just for making money, you know, we are role-playing right here. It wouldn't make sense like, oh, this is trade companies. This would be like one of the core parts of our empire, right? Okay, let's get back to the Filipino guys now. You know, sort of consolidate this region right here, pretty much the Philippines trade node by declaring on Cebu, and we will eat up Sulu here too. Banjar, I think Banjar I'll just white peace. And there we go, that's done. Only those two provinces for now. Okay, that's pretty much all of the Philippines, except for this one province that Brunei has. Let's get these guys back home. This is the most I've used expand infrastructure so far. I've actually done it in a lot of provinces because since we're suffering so much with GovCap, man, and really not a lot is stated because these Ming provinces are so devved, what I'm doing is, you know, when looking to place down a state house, if, let's say, I want to put it down right here, it's the most beneficial, right? But there's only slot for one more building right here, and that means one more manufactory. I don't have Chinaware manufactories yet, so for example, you know, we search up Chikuzen right there. That's that province, and we zoom in Chikuzen. So there's no manufactory there. I want to put one down later, especially a furnace because it's going to spawn coal. So over here, I got to expand infrastructure, which makes it possible to build another building and also another manufactory. So I can put down a state house to help with GovCap and a mill for now. Later destroy the mill so we can replace it with a furnace, you know? Since I've got a third colonist and I've started colonizing the Spice Islands right here where we can possibly get cloves, I think it's time to get involved with Ternate and maybe eat up Button here too. Who's Makassar? No, I don't want to fight the big guys. And then Tidore and whoever their ally is. I know you can like eat up one guy, vassalize the other guy so he colonizes for you, but I don't want to do it. Meanwhile, over in the New World, let's see who is the dominant guy. So we got Spain doing stuff, a pretty big Zuni Federation, and Acoma Federation, and Nakatish Federation. We got pretty much only Portugal down in the south. Inca formed. Oh, we can see Europe finally. Damn. Okay. This is a weird one. Okay, so we got absolutely massive Bohemia that got pulled on Lithuania, and they must have done it by force, dude, because it definitely wasn't random, because I don't know if you guys know, a nation that has a junior partner, they can only become a junior partner themselves if they're forced. So if Poland got Lithuania, Bohemia can't actually get them just like that. They actually have to enforce. Maybe they got them both separately. Austria barely exists. Styria is here. There's the empire right there. Austria is still the emperor, so I guess Catholic won? Wait, it's still happening. The war is still going on. And it's a pretty big one, boys. Yeah, Protestants are obviously gonna win this, but yeah, aside from this whole thing going on right here, the other stuff isn't too crazy. We got Spain fighting Portugal. That's kind of weird. Britain's still having stuff here. But yeah, everything else is regular. Damn, actual historical Prussia. They're a junior partner of Brandenburg. And they're Protestant. It's not Ducal Prussia or anything like that. Evangelical Union is victorious. Saxony has been elected. Alright, well, that's a wrap on these two guys right here. I know I'm taking it without co-belligerenting, but we don't really care. Nice, okay. There's some more provinces right here. Very, very valuable provinces that are going to become trade companies later on once we convert them. But we're done with them. Let's deal with the other guy. Tidore, they are allied to Bone. Bone is 2 provinces big right here. Makassar again. What if we... frick it. Let's go for all of them. Thank you for returning, diplomat. You gotta be kidding me. These dipshits. Okay, that's a wrap on all of these guys right here. Nice, man. I like that. What's with these forts? These guys... You know, even with these high-level forts right here, I made quick work of it, man, with the navy and stuff, and 4 or 3 siege guy, whatever he is, so we're chilling in that regard. Okay, wiped out a bunch of guys right here. I'm using one colonist over here. He's gonna continue pounding empty provinces like this. With the first original guy, we're sort of finishing off the Philippines right here. Then we got the second guy in Australia trying to establish a colonial nation right there. Yeah. Actually, we've expanded more in what you call it, in the East Indies than I thought we would, this specific episode. And we have been playing for quite a while, but, hey, my favorite, thing to say today is, listen, our truce with Ming is up. So we're about to go and fight them, and, as soon as the Age of Absolutism rolls around, we'll call it, and we'll, prepare for episode 3. And how the frick do I have 5 colonies? Oh, dude, did my guys get kicked out of those colonies? Where are the colonists? Mingin, Samar, and blue. So why do I have that one and that one? They did get kicked out, didn't they? Break it. I guess we'll finish them off. It's because I'm using a lot of money on them, but oh well. Oh, I think this one of these two guys started colonizing or something, and I just, without thinking, I got it from them. I'm actually gonna abandon that one. There we go. Let's save a little bit of cash at least. So Ming keeps racking up more allies, I guess, in hopes to deter the mighty Empire of Japan, but it's simply not possible, boys. It's simply not possible. Take Mandate to heaven. Let's get a 30% war score. I love it. See, I can already wrap this war up, man. They'll accept this, which is a little more than 100, but frick it, I'll take it just to connect all of this. And I can already end it. But I'm still coring the stuff that we took down here. Is it weird to you guys how fast these guys are rushing Southeast Asia, man? I mean, I know it's 1600, but you would think they'd focus on the New World a bit more. So we even got Adal. How does Adal keep getting this? Yeah, they don't have a colonist. How do they keep getting it? At least I don't think they got a colonist. Adal. Yeah. I don't think Adal has anything like that in their missions, do they? Okay, finally cored up the stuff that I took from from these guys down here. There's the peace deal with Ming, man. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Officially connected all of our provinces now. Nothing's disconnected, at least on the mainland. And we're taking some really high-value provinces here, boys. I mean, look at this, man. 30, 19, 19, 18, 17, 17, 8. Like, everything is so dev that Ming has. And, you know, obviously they will be deving a little bit of the provinces we haven't conquered yet. So, yeah. And there's global trade. It spawned in over here. 68.6. Dude, if I hadn't moved my main node to Beijing, we might have spawned it ourselves. And there's the final province that we need to colonize in Australia before a colonial nation spawns. Taking away some privileges now in preparation for the age of absolutism, we can do 5 region houses. We'll gain 20% crownland and govern for progress. Really? Ah, that did happen. Nice mission. There's our tier 7 governor form time, as always, meritocratic. Ah, pain. And there's Japanese Australia. All right, let me find out what Australia is called in Japanese. Okay, so apparently it's called Osutoreria. Sounds funny, but it's true. But I've also found Goshu. Goshu. Can we call it Goshu? I think that's, yeah, I think that's like the other name. Nice. That's not what Goshu. There we go. It doesn't accept, you know, dots and symbols above thingies. So we'll make it a self-governing colony so they can beat natives' ass right here. Then we'll flip it to a crown colony. Okay, let me subsidize these boys. Oh, finally, mill has been unlocked, dude. Excellent. So, okay, that's not even a 1% loan. Let me get, burger loans. There we go, 6k ducats, me likey. Paper, paper, paper. Price of fur has gone up. Fur, Chinaware, fur, cloves, cloth, Chinaware, gems, iron, spices, yeah, incense. Okay, they really gotta make the Ottomans not conquer this, bro. They cut themselves every game, man. Alliance with Akunlu. Mamluks get too strong and they can't fight them. And then they, look, they're fighting Muscovy for conquest right now, and they're gonna take stuff up here. I don't know. Okay, let's get back down to over here by declaring on Brunei. They're one of the bigger guys to fight down here, along with Malacca and Sunda, I guess. Not talking about the mainland guys, of course. It's gonna be fun fighting Ayutthaya later for sure, and Bengal too. They own a lot of the stuff we need, but more on that probably in the next episode. For now, let's fight Brunei. They have Sambas as their subject, which is these guys. I like the Jambi and Kelantan. Okay, not that bad. This probably won't be a full annex on Brunei, but we'll see. Well, Sambas just disappeared and became Lanfang. What? Oh my god! Finally! In 1608, dude! In 1608, that's how long it took for them to lose control of the south. So they pretty much Yue and Wu pop out of the provinces they own. But let's see, is there anyone else? We got Shu separatists, and then it's just peasants, I think. Yeah, but okay, there's still a chance, man. There's still a chance for Shu, Dali, Ning, Miao, and who was in the middle right here? Shu, that's right, and Liang as well. Okay, but yeah, we do have Conquest of China on them, 75, 75, but yeah, it's still better because of the cost. It's still better than Cleansing of Heresy. Nice. Yeah, Brunei's not even full annexable, so yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Nice. Actually, that's pretty strong right there. I like that a lot. Let's score those up. Ah, Koxinga has fled to Taiwan, which saves me some colonizing, which is awesome. And Dali has also popped. Great. What took you so long, bro? And look, we've had an embargo on Ming since the start of the game. Only now does it want me to revoke it. Okay, I know we're coring the stuff we took from Brunei still, but let's do a quick expedition on Wu right here because they're alley-less and they only have 3 provinces. There is Shu as well, but I can't peace out because we're already at 92%. So maybe we go for Yue before someone does something to them. I know Dali, yeah, always becomes a Dai Viet tributary. Shu, no allies. Ming, still got the same allies. Okay, Ming is priority number 5 right now, dude. Frick it. Let's declare on Yue. I mean, nice little hard push before the age of absolutism. Sure, it does make sense to wait like a year here and get some absolutism, but hey. Done with both of these wars, but Dali decked on Yue as well, so I couldn't occupy everything. No big deal. Just waiting on some other stuff to finish still. And there is the age of absolutism. All right, our max, based on the privileges we've given out, should be like 60, I think. 75, not even that bad. I think we do have it increasing yearly already. Yep, by 1.5, but we can, I think, nudge it along a little bit here. Right. Don't want to do that. Oh, we can't nudge it along. Damn. Oh, well. I mean, might as well reduce this shit while it's 0, right? Is it time for our first subject? No. It is time to annex them, though. Why can't I take, like, this much provinces from UA and it's 56% war score? Are all the expensive ones the ones I've been taking? Let's peace out. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're done with that. Not even over 100. In fact, look at how your boy times it. Something else, I finally got around to reading all of your Mongolia comments. You know, I was asking whether we go for the region of Mongolia right here, and honestly, it was pretty split, 50-50. Some of you guys were like, nah, when have you ever seen Japanese in the desert? And then the other guys were like, yeah, we do need to get revenge on them for the attempted invasion and blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know, man, it's 50-50. One idea I had was establishing Mongolia here as a subject nation in these provinces and having Mongolia own all of Mongolia, but have them be our vassal and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm gonna think on that this episode. But yeah, with all that said, man, I think it's time to get right into some wars here because we do not have a truce with Ming. There are like the Chahar, Senwi, and Meng Quang right here, which isn't a problem, of course. They're low on troops, low on manpower. As you all know from previous episodes, man, we only need like 30% war score to take 100% of overextension worth of provinces. And with their alliance with Chahar here, man, I think I take a province from them to pop out Mongolia from. That's what we're gonna do. I'm deciding it. We're gonna have our subject Mongolia own all of Mongolia, and they're gonna stay a subject the entire campaign. So yeah, Chinese army is down here in the south. Imperial army is up in the north. Let's go ahead and declare, take Mandate of Heaven on China. On Ming, sorry, Ming. Oh, something I didn't mention in the intro. New goal, become naval hegemon. Oh, right. I forgot about this last time, so I'm an idiot. Okay, that's why we weren't fighting Ming. Because I'm still coring the provinces we took from like Yue and Wu down here. Coring stops while you're fighting Ming, because they got cores on all of that. I shouldn't have declared this war. I'm an idiot. Can I peace out for like a Chahar province? Okay, that's it. I'm out of this war. That was stupid. I forgot I'm not supposed to do that, but hey, we can release Mongolia now. There we go. Boom, there they are. We'll have them, we'll reconquer their cores from where we're at in Chahar, and we'll have them own all of Mongolia right there. So yeah, let's finish coring these provinces from Ming. Now we got a new truce with them until, yeah, for 5 years only. It's really not that bad. Yeah, I can spy on Tungning and fight them, for example. Ming doesn't have cores on them, so yeah. There we go. There's admin 16, or 17 actually, which gives us admin efficiency. That's right. We're in the age of absolutism now. We need to get our absolutism up, man. Horse tree. Oh, that was so expensive. I shouldn't have clicked that one specifically. I'm an idiot, but that's okay. Gave us a little absolutism. We should put down some universities too for like the age thingy. Decent luck with the cloves spawns over here out of, what's it like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces that can get cloves, I think. We got it in 4, which is not bad. And we got gems down here, so this is the lamest one. But yeah, you know, other things this campaign, man, economy is looking really strong, ahead of time in every single tech. We got quality religious exploration expansion. I did say we're gonna ditch these later on. Yeah, that's what we're looking like. Either way, spy network on Tungning done. They don't have any allies. Yeah, let's fight them. There we go. The most annoying part about converting everything we want to add to a trade company is I gotta do it manually, right? I gotta go province by province and see what we can add, what we can't, right? Because not everything is converted, right? And I keep forgetting what I've added so I gotta go back and keep checking, you know? At least it's easy to see if I've added something I'm not supposed to, because they'll be like, you know, there'll be no religious disunity for that one, and we won't be able to convert it. And there's another incident, ladies and gentlemen. This is, of course, a non-tolerant isolationist Empire of Japan playthrough. We've gone through these past incidents right here. We've gone isolationist with all of them, and now we got non-bond trade, so the arrival of the European traders. So obviously, I've said many times in these previous episodes, no matter what the best outcome is, we always go isolationism. Always, always, always. So, yeah, it'll move us towards isolationist. We enforce strict rules for whom they can meet or do business with. And yeah, something we are struggling a little bit with this campaign is GovCap, man. This is everything I've stated over here, and we're still... Well, actually, we just got a little more GovCap because of admin tech, but yeah, we definitely... I really want to state everything in China, and everything else I'm planning for it to be a trade company, but we do gotta convert stuff first, and I do want to state this stuff up here, you know. It may not be more beneficial to state this rather than this, but, you know, that's just the way I'm playing this game. We are doing some culture conversion as well, you know, when we're maxing out on Diplo wins and stuff like that. Well, I've converted everything in Manchuria, obviously, and yes, some provinces here. And one down here. And, oh, this is the stuff we colonized, okay. And there we go. That's an easy piece out on Tungning right there. Nice, we just got some cool-ass name placement. All right, I'm actually gonna go ahead and continue my conquest down here now by fighting Banjar. Now, they have Barao as a tributary allied to Sunda and Bali right here, but obviously, none of these guys are a problem right now. You know, I'm just looking for the quickest wars or whatever. So yeah, let's go ahead and declare on Banjar, man. In the meantime, we'll wait our truce with Ming to run out, and they've got even more guys. And if these other guys pop, that'll be great too. But yeah, let's just fight Banjar. This is probably gonna be a full annex. Second event right here in the non-bond trade incident. So this is open. This is nothing. This is isolationist. Yep. Oh yeah. So Chu, Shi, and Liang have also popped out. Do we declare on them here? Yeah, honestly, yeah. 75, 100, 75, 75. And this one's 7500. Yeah, conquest of China. Let's fight Chu. I think we're done with Chu here. No, we're not. Okay, now we are. Let's piece them out. There we go. Some more provinces in China for us. Now, oh, there's a mission we can take. Which one is it? Let me see. Conquer South China. Okay, we get Wealth of China till the end of the game. Trade efficiency and center of trade upgrade cost. That's actually pretty nice. And we gain 25 years worth of expanded mining operations in Koyo. Permaclaim on every province is a part of the Malacca trade node. Damn, I should have done this earlier. Okay, let's score those up. Now, at the same time, Liang has allied Shu. They're allied to each other. Shi has allied Lirat, that's in this war. Dali's still a tributary of Daiviet, and they're allied to Ayutthaya, so we'll hold off on Dali for now. Yeah, Ming. We don't want to fight Ming. That's right, because of the cores. So I think we do Shu and Liang. Yeah, why not? This war that we're in down here is going to take a while until we piece out Sunda and Bali, so might as well do something else. Up here, Liang's done. That's actually... Ooh, that's actually so much admin points is what I was going to say. Why? Were their provinces really that devved? Actually, yes. Yes, their provinces are really that devved. Wow. Okay, by doing some harsh treatmenting, I got absolutism up. Now we're no longer over 100. Okay, we're done coring these provinces that we took up here. Let's piece out Banjar now and see the damage. Okay, actually not that bad. Only 60 right here. Anti-Christian Edict. Missionary strength minus 10% improved relations. Yes. It's only 54, but frick it, I'm gonna wait. Oh, I got these guys as a tributary, of course. I actually am gonna peace out, man. I'd rather fight rebels than deal with this war exhaustion. Now it's time for our next idea group right here. There we go. There's admin 18. It really should be another mill one, and we know we're gonna take naval and maritime later because we need the naval hegemon stuff. But for now, man, you know, divine, even though we can take them, I don't think they're really gonna be. I mean, manpower and true faith is nice. Culture conversion cost, interesting. Are we doing it that much to warrant taking it though? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I'm thinking more defensive or quantity right here, or offensive or something like that. Let me take a look at the Oda ideas that we got. So we're stacking combat abilities, right? That's what we did with quality. Okay, and then we got the general stuff and morale. So I guess offensive would work really well right here because we got land leader fire, land leader shock, right, and leader siege. So we can stack like insane general peps, and in fact this is one of the ways you can get like a 6666 general. It's pretty much impossible, but this is one of the ways you can get it. So why not do that? Yeah, we're gonna go offensive, man. It's gonna help with force limit and stuff like that, and leader shock, leader fire once again. Yeah, and we got a special unit cost, so let's go with offensive. We got a fixed dynasty anyway. Might as well pray for him. Oh, he lived. And there's the end of the non-bond trade incident. We gain closed ports, add 1 to our isolationism level, and of course, we've always been at closed doors. Now, there is a mission for non-bond right here. Okay, so ruler diplo skill 5, entrepreneur trader diplo points. If we complete a mission via isolationist, we gain a dev discount in Japan and possible number of manufactories +1 in the entire region. Does that mean there's provinces where you can get the 3 manufactories? Yeah, for example, right here in Chikuzen. So there's already a state house. I can put down a mill, you know, by expanding infrastructure. And I think we might have already done it. No, we haven't. But yeah, yeah, there's a state house. I can put down a mill, and then when it spawns coal, I can actually build a furnace too. So in expanded infrastructure provinces, you can have 3 manufactories. Is that how it works? That's actually really powerful. Really won't help us out that much right now. So yeah, we'll just complete this whenever we complete it. Oh, there's Gokaido. Very good event that we've been waiting for. We lose a bunch of money, but oh wait, no, I thought it was still the end of the game. Frick it, though, I'll take it. Yeah, slowly continuing the cleanup of all of these guys down here, man. I just haven't gotten into it with Malacca and all of their tributaries down here, so I think I'm just gonna lay off of these guys for a while. And they're allied to the Mamluks? Interesting. Yeah, but the Mamluks are about to fall off here. The Ottomans are pushing hard into them. This is what Europe looks like, if you guys have forgotten. But yeah, who do we fight here that's not in relation with Malacca? We could go for Barus, Pasai, Sunda, I guess, even though... Oh, wait, my truce with them already expired. The thing is, we got a spy on them. Yeah, Sunda and Barus. Nice to see my colony doing some wars as well. They're looking pretty good, man. We got 3 colonial nations in Australia right now. We got our boys right here, Goshu. We got... Mamluki in Australia, and just Australia, which is the British. So yeah, it's gonna be fun fighting the colonizers later on, man. We gotta fight Spain, Portugal, and Great Britain, and you know, the Mamluks. We can consider the Mamluks in there too. And by the way, I still haven't figured out why Adal has land here. I don't know. I just don't. Oh, it's time for our tier 8 government reform. Now we can go exploitation of the New World right here. It gives us another colonists, and colonial subjects get plus 10% goods produced, but listen, we're not really going to be colonizing for that much more, man. We just got a couple of provinces left here in Papua New Guinea, or, well, what's it actually called? Yeah, Papua. And then some provinces over here we might have, I don't know, like Guam or something. So we're really not going to be colonizing that much more. We do have this, though. We do have Gokaido Reform, a unique one right there. So it gives us... Oh, man, there's actually lots of good bonuses for stuff in Japan specifically, and I think I am going to go for this one, but we can't take it because we haven't completed Expand the Gokaido. Okay, let me take a look at that mission. So is this one right here after non-bond trade? So we need, okay, 3 buildings, and we need to have dev'd 5 times certain provinces, but we do have to lock down non-bond trade because of that. Now, my guy doesn't have 5 Diplo skill. The heir doesn't have 5 Diplo skill either, so we are going to have to complete it another way. Are they entrepreneurs? No, we don't have things over here. This guy's been ruling for not that long, so that's why he's 57 with one thing. So we gotta do it either by completing trade or getting 12 pigeons. Now, we're actually making 6. If we focus, we can make 8. And then I need to hire a level 4 guy, which is doable. Without focusing, we can't do it, is the thing. You know what? Let's do it. Okay, so it's actually 9, and then we can bump this guy up to 10, and let's actually take out a couple of loans right here. There we go, 11, 12, and there's non-bond trade-in because we did it isolationist. That is what we get over in Japan. Now let's actually work on completing this mission with the deving and the building and stuff, so I can take Gokaido Reform right here. Is it better than some of these other ones for this playthrough? I'm not sure, because we do have some nice ones, but yeah, interesting that it's all of these right here provinces. But also, man, once we complete this mission, we gain, yeah, the goods produced and the province trade power and the dev discount. We get an additional merchant, and one of our guys will become a great engineer. Interesting. Okay, while we're working on that, I'm gonna go ahead and make Bengal break their alliance with Ming. They've been re-allying each other the entire campaign, boys. And now we're gonna hit Ming. Another nation's popped out over here. Interesting. We can, let's actually do a little Mongolian reconquest on them. Or actually just regular conquest, but Mongolia does need to own those provinces for our new bonus goal that we've added of Mongolia owning all of Mongolia. So, tiny war here. And yeah, at the same time, man, we're going to be hitting Ming right here. There's not a lot more provinces to take from them, so let's just get it over with, right? All right, there we go. Do we co-belligerent Chahar? Nope. That's from Mongolia. And actually, this Jin has just popped out here as well. That's from Mongolia, too. There's Jin for Mongolia as well. And there we go. Ming is willing to accept, ladies and gentlemen. That's all of the provinces that they own in China. They don't own anything in Mongolia or anything else that we need. So that's most likely our final war versus Ming. Done. Now, they still end up existing, of course. In fact, they're still the Emperor of China. By the way, we're not doing Emperor of China. I've mentioned that a couple of times already, but there we go. That's it. Yeah, just Xi and Dali pretty much left in the China subcontinent. I like that, man. Now, Bengal, are they fighting Dali directly? They're not. They're actually fighting Ava over here. Okay, so yeah, we're chilling in that regard. Oof. Britain is offering me an alliance, even though we border each other. Why? Because we both hate Spain, perhaps? Yeah. So, listen, when I fight Spain, it really isn't going to be a problem, boys. You know, I was moping about these things the last campaign, but it's pretty much expected. The thing is, we're just going to declare, like, a regular conquest for, like, Sula, for example. Stand on it, and we can farm 25% war score like that. And if we go into this view, so we needed 2, 3. Okay, that's only 3, 4, 5, 6. As far as I can tell, only 6 provinces from Spain. That's easily doable with just standing on one province. Even if they do come land, I can beat their ass easily. My navy still, obviously, isn't more powerful than theirs, or, well, it's debatable, but yeah, we don't need anyone's help. What would an alliance with Britain do for us? Nothing really, but you know what? I'm gonna accept. Why not? Let's see. Maybe some fun wars can come out of it or something. Britain isn't that powerful this campaign, man. They're number 5, sure. I'm assuming they're colonizing up north. They got some stuff down here. They're also allied to Bengal. No, that's me. But yeah, we are gonna have to fight Britain too. But frick it, we'll do it later. That's like episode 4 stuff. Now, as for fighting Xi here, I think what we're gonna do, man, is just do a reconquest on Oirat right here and co-belligerent Xi. I'll take the Xi stuff, I'll feed Oirat stuff to Mongolia. We are gonna have to fight this absolutely massive Transoxiana as well for Mongolia provinces because they do own them. They're allied to Bengal, which I can make them break that alliance easily, and Sweden, too, of all nations. So this is gonna be a nice big war, man. Huge blob Transoxiana. And I like that. The thing is, I'm just seeing that now. You have to have already taken a tier 8 government reform to be able to take this, right? So we gotta complete the mission to be able to do that. See, has reached level 8 in gov reforms. So I've just been doing this for no reason, man. I think I'm gonna go with, wasn't there a goods produced one over here? Trade company stuff. Actually, that's pretty good. We do have lots of trade companies. Embrace free trade. Don't need that. Exploitation of the New World. Said we aren't gonna go with that. Yeah, let's just, curtail the burgers. Right, the funniest part about the Hawaiian guys is, we can't fight them. Until imperialism. I just remember that, like, there's no way to get a claim on them. Okay, I think we're gonna go for Bali now because I do have the, the Holy War CB on them. They're a Sunda tributary or something like that, but no big deal. We'll just full annex Bali here. Once our truce with Sunda is up, we're gonna go ahead and hit them. Okay, while we're in this war, finally, there's expand the Gokaido, so we no longer have curtail the burgers. Oh, it's like you automatically take that one. Okay, now I get it. Excellent, man. Perfect. So there's an extra merchant right now. Out of all of the 6 guys that I have, they're all present over here. Giran, Nippon, Xi'an, Hangzhou, Canton, Chengdu. We're routing everything up here up to Beijing. And then everything down here, pretty much Australia, Polynesian Triangle, the Moluccas, the Philippines, Malacca, Siam, Burma. That'll all get routed over to Malacca, right? Yeah. So we got the northern stuff going to Beijing. And down here, we're going to be collecting in Malacca. So I guess this next guy, he needs to collect in Malacca. Now, what over here don't we have into a trade company? All right, the stuff over here. Okay, gotta add them one by one again. And boys, keep in mind, I haven't built any trade company buildings so far, man. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. We got some extra merchants. Which one of them are from trade companies? Only the Philippines I'm getting a merchant from, so yeah, pretty soon we should be getting one in the Moluccas as well, at least when we beat up Sunda. Australia, I guess, will give me one once they're big enough. Do I have one from Australia already, maybe? Yeah, we do already have one from Australia. So we should get, realistically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more merchants, which is dope. I might even go for trade here. It might be a little bit redundant with the amount of merchants, but man, the policies we can get with trade and stuff like that is gonna be mint. All right, just white Pisunda, and there's those 3 Bali provinces for us. Nice. Usually these guys do dev them quite a lot. Yeah, 28, 15, 21 expected. All right, but now that we're done with all of that, man, I think we can go ahead and hit Oirat up here. You know, there's still some guys to take care of down here. Let's see, we got Berau, which I can do at any point, and then Sunda, and everyone else here is with Malacca. So we'll start destroying this Malacca thing that they have going over here. Interesting, actually. They're allied to the Mamluks, man. Now then that doesn't make sense. We gotta declare on the Mamluks directly here when we fight them and make just like Malacca break that alliance. Okay, so that has changed. Who don't they have relations right here with? It's only Pasai, okay, and Barus. Okay, so we deal with Berau, Sunda, Pasai, Barus. Malacca will leave for last out of the OG guys that are here. Meanwhile, colonization is still going smoothly. We are over here, so yeah, let's go ahead and declare on Oirat, man. We're just gonna do a reconquest for, that doesn't matter, I guess. Maybe that one right there. Kara, Narin, Ula. And I'll co-belligerent sheep. Let's call in Bengal for no reason. Maybe they'll make things a little bit faster, and we'll give everything we can up here to Mongolia. I'll take these, 3 or 4 sheep provinces for myself. At this point, I'm also quickly gonna knock out Berau over here. Oh, we're done with Berau. Done with Xi, that's all mine, excellent. Only Dali left in China now. And now let's do the peace out on Oirat for Mongolia. Interestingly, this province isn't in Mongolia or Manchuria, so we're actually not going to be taking that ever. I know I'm anal about these things, man, but it is what it is. Let's see, so these are some of the Mongolian cores right here, right? Yeah, there we go. So it's those provinces right there. And then what else is there? Let me see. They got these 2 over here and these 3 over here. So these 2, these 3, and then let's just give them everything else that they can take, which is that. Okay, perfect. There's a peace out on Oirat. We've just grown Mongolia significantly. We'll wipe out Chahar whenever. I guess we still have a war with Ming on the menu. And yeah, looking pretty good with our little bonus goal of conquering, but not really conquering Mongolia right here. I do like it. Okay, so next, I guess, we do need to face Dali. They're allied, they're actually a tributary of Daviet, allied to Ayutthaya, Pegu, and Mongpai. This is going to be annoying as hell, man. These guys are actually, well, at least Ayutthaya is more competent than they seem. So, I mean, yeah, there's really no other choice, man. There's really no other choice. I guess we could wrap up colonization here. Oh, my guy is the biggest. Would you look at that? Let's go ahead and, I was going to say, maybe we can make them start a war in colony. Let's see, Goshu. Start war in colony. Mamluks conquest. No. They don't want to declare on those guys. Well, there goes that alliance. Okay, truce with Sunda is up, and they are looking fairly large. Province war score cost 182. These guys develop their provinces quite a lot as well. There are some good provinces to develop over here. So, yeah, we're gonna need like 2 or 3 wars to take them down. They're only over here on Java, man, so it shouldn't be too bad. Holy War, since we border them, allied to Barus, who I'm not gonna co-belligerent. I got another army over there, so yeah, let's just go ahead and hit them, man. We do need to take this. There are quite a lot of important centers of trade in the Moluccas that they own. Oh, what do these guys want? Bengali conquest of Pegu, and they're fighting. Oh, no. Frick it, no. There we go, back to being allyless, boys. Okay, everything over here has officially been colonized, so with this new guy, it's time to move on to Oceania. Let's see, is Guam still up for grabs? Nope, that's Britain's. Portugal is in Midway. What isn't colonized here? Okay, Vanuatu isn't colonized. This Tuamotu Islands, yeah. Society Islands, Easter Island, everything is colonized. Okay, so there's literally only one more province to colonize, which is this one right here. No, it's not. Someone has already sent a colonist there from the Mamluks. We're done colonizing. We're done colonizing. Thousands of points spent, but hey, you know, we can swap them around at any time. In fact, I'm gonna cancel them as soon as all of these colonies are done. Okay, this is good enough for Sunda. Am I still coring something? No, I'm not. So yeah, I'm just gonna take stuff over here that I can. Let's see. We don't want to waste too many admin points. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, and then we'll finish the rest of them off later. They won't accept yet because they need to occupy the fort. Sure. Oh, wait, I'm blind. Ming still has a province in China. Did I really not take that earlier? I guess we can take it when we fight Chahar right here, which is actually gonna be right after this. Okay, there goes Sunda. Let's wipe out the final Australian guy right here, Kaurna. My guys will do that. And in the meantime, I'm gonna declare on Chahar a little reconquering for Mongolia right here. I think I'll just white piece Oirat and then take the one province from Ming. Can we seize land at this point? No. Okay, let's hit these guys. There's the one Ming province, there's Kaurna, and there's a disaster taking court and country. Why? Unrest. Well, I think it's taking only because of unrest, right? If there wasn't unrest, what's the reason? Yeah, it is only because of the unrest. Oh, and my guys are fighting Australia. Who declared? British Goshu Colonial War. Britain declared on them. Yo, dipshits. How do I... right. I didn't even notice this. I'm actually fighting Britain. I didn't even notice this, I swear. I play without headphones, right? So I don't hear the to-dum or... But okay, let's siege them. All right, this whole Chahar business is done as well. We're gonna go ahead and give all of this to Mongolia. There we go. By the way, you're seeing how easy this Britain war is, man. Like, I haven't seen any British troops. My boys Australia sieged everything down over here. I helped siege over here. Got this. Just sieged down Guam as well. Now I'm moving the troops over here. Then we're gonna move them down here. And it honestly might be possible. Now, that's the thing. I can't actually see this province unless I walk to it. So let's go ahead and walk to it. It might be possible to take everything that Britain has over in this region. So there's a province right there. There's a province right there. The thing is, we're not getting war score, but that's actually all of it. Yeah, that's all of it. Okay, we need 26, let's say 30% war score with this. Yeah, man. And I'm at 19. Some more Guff Cap came in very handy here. Let's see. I can definitely state some more now. Yeah, it's only 30% war score for this. The thing is, we're gonna have to wait quite a while, but I think eventually they'll accept, right? Yeah, we got more ticking. War score is maxed out. It's at 30. This is at 30. They still aren't willing to accept, so we gotta wait a little bit more. But there we go, man. Thank you, Britain, for saving me the hassle of actually declaring on you and having to fight, well, they're not really that strong. Sure, they got a big army, but they'll never get it over here. And I was thinking allies, but they don't got strong allies. Let's analyze Europe a little bit more. Yeah, Bohemia is still the big boss, and not Emperor, though. Saxony's the... This isn't even in the HRE? Why? And there we go. We've waited. Britain is willing to accept. As far as I can see, boys, and I hope I'm seeing this right, that's all of the provinces that we need from them. There we go. Excellent. All of that has gone to Australia. It's only the Mamluks and some minor New Zealand guys over here. And I got myself 3 provinces, 1 in the Moluccas and 2 in the Polynesian Triangle. Very cool. And yeah, actually colonization is done now. So as weird as this is, goodbye exploration, goodbye expansion. Okay. This is gonna severely lag us behind in certain things, but it's not a big deal. We're already so powerful. So quality religious, offensive what? Offensive what? We could go maritime here, boys. Honestly, we do need one of naval or maritime for this campaign. This gives us, okay, trade range. That's pretty good. Navy tradition. Sailors, global ship rippers, sailor maintenance. Naval force limit is pretty nice. Ship discount. Do we go maritime here? I feel like not yet. I feel like we could take maritime over here or something like that. So let's actually go. I really do want to be money maxing over here. I know trade is a little bit redundant here, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go ahead and take trade there. And for over here, now we could also go naval. Galley combat. The combats are in this one. That's right. And I feel like at this point, man, we might even look into swapping from galley combat or free oarsmen to Atakebune for heavy ship and morale of navies. But then again, we still got some galley use right here. And yeah, we might have to switch from a galley to a heavy fleet. So yeah, let's do that later. I'm actually going to go ahead and take defensive. Yeah, defensive for over here. Okay, nice. Oh, I can re-ally Bengal. Nice. That's still going to help with the Malacca thing. Okay, so I'm using this little time right here of not fighting anyone by upgrading the Navy. There it is. This is going to be the Imperial Navy right here, boys. with the flagship and stuff. I know we can get a unique flagship as Japan. I think I'm gonna get that one later, but yeah, I'm just building up some navies down here, working on trade company stuff, you know, armies and stuff like that, working on ideas, just saving points for that. And now, actually, as soon as I add these, well, this final province right here to a trade company, I'm even gonna start building trade company buildings, and that's gonna make our economy right here double, man. Oh, okay, just took burger loans, and we can apparently embrace manufactories. So, oh wait, I need to use admin points for something. Let's just use it for a little bit of dabbing right here. But yeah, there's another mission as well. Actually, the mission is financial clicks. If our isolationism level is 3 or 4, which it is, interest per annum and monthly admin points +2 for 20 years? Really? That's actually insane. What's economic miracle right here? 900 dev in owned provinces in Japan. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough one, but we gain domestic trade power. Okay, the best one, I guess, is for isolationism 2 right here. Okay, I put down a lot of the production in trade company buildings right now, and we're actually looking pretty good. Income has climbed up. We're gonna continue doing that, of course. At this point, we've arrived on another incident, ladies and gentlemen, the firearms, the proliferation of firearms incident. So if it takes us towards open, we gain mill points. If it takes us towards isolationist, we gain army tradition. Now, yeah, always isolationist, always. That's the roleplay we're going with this campaign. All right, boys, I'm actually back the next day here, and we've chilled for quite a while in game time here for a couple of years, you know, focus on the economy and trade companies and stuff. But I think it's time we get into it with Dali, man, because I've just noticed they're not allied to Ayutthaya anymore. Were they allied to Ayutthaya, or was I looking at someone else yesterday? I don't know, I can't even remember. But I think it's time we do our final war for the conquest of the entire China subcontinent, which will lock in both the Far East and China for us. So Dali's still a tributary of Dai Viet right here, but not a big deal. And they are allied to Oirat as well, which means we can give this portion of Oirat to Mongolia. Reminder, this we do not need. So yeah, we're just gonna do cleansing of heresy right here, co-belligerent Oirat, and yeah, peace out Dai Viet as soon as possible. Full annex Dali, give Oirat to Mongolia. Yeah, boys, it's time to get it. And I just got a notification. Ming has been completely full annexed by Transoxiana right here, which means the Empire of China no longer exists. Bengal's pushed really hard into Burma right here, man. Pretty much conquering almost the entirety of Burma. I think they're only missing this one province down here, so we're gonna have to fight them for everything over here. Ayutthaya for most of the things right here. It's just gonna be pounding into these guys one right after the other, man. But that's, of course, I think, next episode stuff. We're almost done here. Just need to finish some occupations in Oirat. But in the meantime, it's time for our Tier 9 Gov Reform time. We do not want to go with this because we are converting. So let's just go with the 6 Books of the Republic for Years of Separatism. Okay, so there almost goes Oirat to Mongolia. And now the peace out on Dali. As far as I can tell, all of their provinces are in China, and we do need all of them. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We officially own the entire subcontinent of China, as far as I can tell, and I think I'm telling pretty good right here. Nice. I like that a lot, man. Let's go ahead and reduce war exhaustion a bit for these provinces up, and there's a mission we can take. Hegemon of Asia. There we go. Empire of Japan gets Masters of the Dragon Throne until the end of the game, giving the following effects: manpower and accepted culture. And we gain, if we're the Emperor of China, we also get Fabricate Tributary, Monarch Power from Tributaries, blah, 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 but we're not, so we just gain these effects right here. You know, since we're going non-tolerant, there's actually not a lot of accepted culture. It's only, you know, our Japanese ones and Korean right here that I've accepted, but everything else I'm converting. Right now, of course, we're using Diplo points on other things, but we will get to convert some more cultures until the end of the game. There are some I'll probably promote, like Cantonese, since it's pretty large as far as I can tell. But yeah, then again, these ones are the ones with more dev. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, we're done with that for now. Ooh, Malacca has expanded even more down here. We are gonna have to get into it with them pretty soon, even though they're allied with the Mamluks. But yeah, Sunda's left, and 2 province minor allied to Spain. So yeah, things are getting complicated down here. Perhaps we could do this to fight Malacca without fighting the Mamluks. Yeah, something like that is what we're gonna do. Let's just chill a bit more and reconsolidate here. And there's the end of the firearms incident. We just gain plus 15% morale for 50 years, which isn't, I guess, that good. Okay, now I've moved my fleets down here, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's time to move on with these Ayutthaya tributaries down here. Like I just mentioned a moment ago, in this war, I'll basically make Ayutthaya end the war with the Mamluks. Then I'll use favors to make Bengal end the alliance with them. And then once my truce with them is up, we can go ahead and start fighting Malacca as well. So, sorry, I may have said Ayutthaya just there. But yeah, that's the game plan right here. And we have accomplished quite a lot already this episode. I wanted to sort of push it till 1700, but I think if we move on with this, we'll just have so few things to do in the next episode that this is probably going to be our last war for this campaign. And then for the next and last episode, we'll just get into it, man, with Dai Viet, Khmer, Ayutthaya, and any of these small guys remaining down here. Big wars versus Bengal, the colonizers, which should be easy to fight against them, and we'll clean these guys up over here, and it's like one war with Transoxiana to get all of Mongolia for Mongolia. So yeah, even though we haven't really done, I don't know, maybe not that much conquering this episode, I feel like it's a good place to split it off from the next episode. So yeah, there's our final declaration for this time. Holy War versus Jambi. Now they're allied to Delhi, Patani. Do we co-belligerent someone over here? There's really no point, is there? Patani maybe up there? Yeah, sure, why not? It doesn't drag in anyone else. Wait, somehow their alliance with the Mamluks has already been broken. Why? And it just got broke, I think, a few months ago. Did the Mamluks start strongly desiring perhaps provinces? Oh no, I see it now. It got broken because the Ottomans decked on the Mamluks and Malacca didn't help. Okay, I guess we don't gotta do anything there, so I can just white piece Malacca here. Now, it's gonna be funny if the Ottomans decide to Aelet here, Aelet Egypt, because I did just see the collapse of the Mamluk Sultan event, because if they do, we're actually gonna have to fight the Ottomans for for all of this right here. It's not a lot, but yeah, we're still gonna have to do it. Obviously, they're way harder to fight than the Mamluks, and they might actually come. And they'll actually accept. So there's Patani and Jambi full annexed. Nice. Okay, we've started expansion over here. We're finally in, well, it's not really Indochina, it's still Malaya, but you get the point where I'm at. You know, maybe we should make Mongolia a march here, man. Because we really don't care about the income we can get from them. How much are they giving me anyway? Vassals. Yeah, see, a ducat a month. They're really not that rich. So, you know, they have a decent-sized army already. They've taken quantity and offensive, which is nice. Yeah, I'm gonna make these guys a march, man, since we're not gonna integrate them anyway. There we go. Might as well make them more powerful. And now I'm also gonna pick up admin 22 ahead of time. We're really getting wonky with the tech right here because of the 7 different idea groups, but it's time for me to pick up another idea group. Now, we could continue to lean into the whole economic thing right here by taking economic, or we can even do maritime right here because we do need one of maritime and naval. Which one would be more useful, man? Our force limit, naval force limit is actually already pretty big, so I think we're better off actually going naval for all the combat modifiers and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna pick up naval right here, and instead right now, I'm actually gonna go with admin because we do need that gov cap quite a lot. But then again, don't we get this at admin 22? Yes, we do. So there's no point in taking admin anymore. Let me think. You know what? It's a naval hegemon playthrough. Frick it. Maritime ideas, man. All right, now I really got to get new burger loans right here. There we go. What's our max absolutism now? 86, 91. Okay, whatever. I need to build these. All right, these buildings are helping a lot. That took us down from like 1,000 to 556, which means I can actually continue to state more in China. Hell yeah. Wait, didn't I decline this already once? Dai Viet only allied to Ayutthaya. Interesting. Ayutthaya may not join here, so Dai Viet may be first on the chopping block. Malacca, I'm actually gonna... Why are they allied to Transoxiana? No. Transoxiana is Defender of the Faith. Interesting. So, we could declare on Transoxiana right here, and then also on Malacca down here, since they won't have any allies like that. I won't be getting this for myself anyway, so I can get stuff down here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be our first war for this episode, boys. First 2 wars, Transoxiana and Malacca at the same time. So with that said, I think it's time to get our armies into position. But yeah, aside from that, man, this is what we're looking like here for the final episode. Almost 4,000 dev, the most powerful nation in the world by far. This is where we've gotten with our government reforms. Of course, we're a unique divine empire tier 1 government reform. We're up to tier 9, as you can see, making really good income right here, pretty rich, ahead of time in almost, well, ahead of time in just one tech, actually. We're behind on Diplo and Mill because we're working on 7 idea groups right here because I ditched exploration and expansion earlier, you guys know. Not focusing on the missions too much this campaign, converting everything, of course, to Shinto. That is one of our goals that I forgot to mention in the intro as well. Past almost all incidents right here. We're completely isolationist, and yeah, looking pretty strong. Nice crownland ownership. Absolutism 86 right now because of you know, some privileges, but 86 is enough for what we're doing. All right, so Southern Fleet is in position right here. So is the Southeast Asia Army. I've pulled out the Grand and Independent armies so they can siege some minor provinces here. These guys are almost in position, so let's wait for them. Excellent, and let's go ahead and declare on Transoxiana first. They're allied to Sweden and Gujarat right here, but I don't think we'll get involved with those guys at all, right? I wonder how much war score do we need to get all of this, and if we can get all of that, especially give it to Mongolia, or will I have to hold something and then give it to them? Either way, here's our first war for episode 4. Okay, now that that's started, I think a month has passed, and yes, we can declare on Malacca as well. Gonna do Holy War on them too. We're gonna take as much as we can from Malacca. Alright, still chugging along with Transoxiana, but Malacca has been absolutely crushed, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I do think some of their provinces are pretty highly developed. Yeah, look at that, man. It's not gonna be one war with Malacca. Damn. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do, like, this? Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna have to fight these guys again. Okay, but there's one war with those guys done. Okay, let's core this up and focus on Transoxiana. Oh, excellent. I can take all of Mongolia that Transoxiana has right here. Yeah, am I seeing that right? Yes, I think I am. Okay, so I'm actually not gonna peace out, and it will cost quite a lot of war score, but I'm not gonna peace out until I finish coring this because and I also need to make the combination of whether Mongolia can take it or whatnot, so we'll see. I still haven't even occupied all of it, so I can transfer all of it to Mongolia. Okay, so I've transferred everything to Mongolia here, and they can almost take everything, so I'm just gonna move everything back for me. I'm gonna take it, and then I'm just gonna do Grant Province, you know? And there we go. After farming some big battles and losing all of my manpower, Transoxiana is willing to accept, so there's all of Mongolia for me, but I will give it to my subject Mongolia, and just like that, we are done fighting them. Excellent. I like that, man. I like that a lot. Okay, let's actually pick this up instead of that maritime idea. Yeah, let me just grant as much as I can to Mongolia here. So I was able to grant them everything, and they weren't even over 100%. I guess it's like their absolutism or war score or something that did that, but look at this. Look how satisfying that is. Region map mode? Political map mode. Only the color changes. The letters don't move, nothing moves. Mongolia owns the entire region of Mongolia. Yeah, that's kind of weird because sometimes, man, you have like, you know, what other countries are yeah, like France. So you own all of France and only all of France as France, and the name still moves around. You know, I've noticed that a couple of times. Same thing with Italy. You own only all of Italy as Italy, and the name isn't like that, so Mongolia is satisfying. Okay, there's one other goal wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we did Malacca as well. I did get coalition a little bit by these guys down here and the Mamluks because they have provinces down here. So is Daiviet the guy to fight, or Ayutthaya, or, well, it's an alliance between them. Bengal, maybe? Actually, Bengal might be a good idea because we definitely won't be able to take everything from them in one war. In fact, we might even need like 3 with them. Probably 2 with Daiviet, 2 or 3 with Ayutthaya. Yeah. Okay, let me just beat up some more rebels, get manpower back up, and we'll fight someone down here. And I've officially, well, wait, stated all of China. Perfect. Of course, I don't have the admin points to wrap everything up, but, you know, yep, that was one of the goals. So I was always gonna, oh, we have that too, right? I was always gonna full state the Far Eastern China, and then trade company, the East Indies and Oceania. And of course, we got Goshu right here, which is Australia. They're gonna own Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, right? Colonial Australia. Yeah, they get to own all of colonial Australia. Nice. Just doing some more trade company stuff now, since we're making so much money. Yeah. Wrapped up trade earlier. There's defensive wrapped up. We're moving along with maritime. We do need one of naval or maritime to do the naval hegemon thingy we want to do this campaign. Oh, I just need 500 boats and I can become one. We'll get there. Not in a rush at all. Yeah, income's very nice. Hey, we've converted all of China to Shinto as well. Nice. Okay, there we go. I've converted everything we took from Malacca, so that means we are free to add everything that we have here not added to trade companies to a trade company. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we're looking good. And the way our whole trade setup is, basically everything over here, like Girin, Nippon, Beijing, Xi'an, Chengdu, Canton, and Hangzhou, it's all getting routed to Beijing. And then everything down here, I'm also collecting in Malacca. As you can see, everything down here is getting or gonna get routed to there. So I'm already transferring Philippines and Malaccas, as you can see, there we go, to Malacca. Then we're gonna get a guy for Burma, which is gonna move to Siam. Then Siam can go to Malacca. Obviously, Siam can also go up, but I'm considering it one of the southern ones. That's the whole merchant setup right there. All right, manpower's back up a little bit. I've decided I'm gonna go for Dai Viet because Bengal's got some annoying alliances that I'm gonna deal with later once I get bigger armies and stuff like that. So yeah, let's just declare cleansing of heresy on Dai Viet and finally move into Indochina. And that was a fairly quick war versus Dai Viet, just white peace to Ayutthaya. Now let's see how much we can actually take right here, man, because I think some of their provinces will be really, really devved. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Max, man, and that's about it. Yeah, so half and half. Okay, so I've just noticed that my truce with Malacca is up, and their ally, the Mamluks, won't help them, which means it'll make a super easy war against them. They're allied to Barus, this OPM right here. I think we'll probably annex those guys as well, and this should be a full annex on Malacca. Alright, so I'm gonna knock out Barus separately here, and there's a full annex on Malacca. Perfect, man, literally exactly what we needed. Excellent. I like that a lot. Has everything been converted over here? It has. So we can add all of this to trade companies. Yes. Oh, I just inherited all of these guys as tributaries. Frick my life. Giant Transoxiana formed the Mughals, and Bohemia formed Great Moravia. Damn, now that's one I've never seen the AI do. That's insane, dude. Hell yeah, bro. Is one thing I was thinking about when I first saw this, it was literally 3 seconds ago, but is Great Moravia an upgrade on Bohemia? It is, right? Damn, they've got some insane ideas. A manpower plus 25% and goods produced plus 10%, overextension impact minus 25%. That's insane. A missionary monarch admin skill, construction time and dev discount, legitimacy, tolerance of the true faith, discipline max absolutism plus 15 max effective absolutism. Great Moravia has some nutty ideas. By the way, this is what the religion map mode looks like, man. Portugal and Castile single-handedly, Portugal and Spain single-handedly keeping Catholicism alive. There are the Livonians and Estonia are Catholic as well, along with Köln, Bamberg, Strasbourg, Aachen, and the Pope. I wonder if we go into the ledger. Let's see, 22 Catholic countries, and most of them are the colonial nations. Shinto is the third biggest. I've been recoalitioned by the Mughals and the Mamluks. All right, I guess I'm just gonna wait for this coalition to die down because we still got a couple of minor guys to knock out here. Ayutthaya, Theravada, Dai Viet's Mahayana. It really shouldn't matter too much for them. Dai Viet's become a tributary under Ayutthaya. Maybe we actually fight Ayutthaya here, and then to reset our truce with them, we fight Dai Viet. Yeah, let's wait a little bit more. Counting house unlocked, which is excellent. I'm loaded on cash as well, so let's build it in all of the high-value trade good provinces. What's incest at this point? 3 ducats. Yeah, let's do that as well. I don't know what we started out with. 3,900 dev. Now we're at 4,700. Pretty cool, and we're making about 925 ducats. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm big enough to increase... Oh, get that naval force limit. I can increase my army now as well. So I've built up to max already, even though we're not there. It's a 4440 stack. So that's like the final stack, right? So you can just go ahead and delete that, build up a 4440 stack, and we'll put down, yeah, like one more of these. That's as far as we can do. Tier 10 Gov Reform time, we can go L'État c'est moi for GovCap, although I feel like we are good on GovCap now, since we unlocked that second building. Regional representation, CCR, and minimum autonomy in territories. I won't have territories. Then we got +1 possible policies, and war score cost versus other religions and tolerance of the true faith. I think I'm actually going to +1 possible policies. So we have 3 instead of 4. This is where we're at right now with the policies, man. Oh, actually, I can take more. Let's get that merchant and trade steering one then. And I'm actually going to get everything we can get. Perfect. So where do I not have a merchant now? No, not a lot of control over Burma. I don't have one in Australia. And Polynesian Triangle. Actually, Polynesian Triangle can go directly to Nippon, which we can move it to Beijing, but I'm going to consider this part of the southern ones, so I'm going to route this to Australia, and then we're going to route it to the Moluccas. So let's put one guy right there. Who's disloyal now? Why? It's not even the Age of Revolutions. Australia, what the frick do you want, bro? There we go. Built up another army, Indochina army right here, and there's a wrap on maritime ideas. So now we should, yeah, there's that mission, surpass the West, halves the necessary requirements for the naval hegemon mechanic, and that means we can already claim hegemon, ladies and gentlemen. So naval hegemon, I've never done it literally ever since hegemons came out. I always go economic because it's the most beneficial realistically. We went military hegemon in the Russia campaign, but now it's time for naval hegemon, Empire of Japan. Monthly war exhaustion minus 0.1, ship trade power plus 20%, global naval engagement with plus 10%, plus 200% national sailors, plus 200% blockade efficiency, minus 20% liberty desire and subjects, and plus 20% artillery damage from back row at max power. Boom. There we go. Naval hegemon Japan. I don't know what that means. We'll surpass Alexander and Genghis Khan. Listen, I'm not sure they were that famous for their navies, especially Genghis Khan, Tsushima. But, let's surpass the British and the Spanish. Damn, so my engagement width is now 78. If I have these 3, and I got 20 times 3, that's 60. So, whatever, no one cares about this anyway. All right, Ayutthaya is fighting other guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit them as well. Now we got imperialism too, so, yeah. Well, what did we accomplish here? Nothing, really. Okay, who's leading war score? I'm leading war score. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, this didn't turn out the way I thought it would. I'm just gonna try and take whatever I can take. I don't know. Let's just... Yeah, is that the only thing I can take? Yes, it is. Alrighty. Okay, after that little expedition, the coalition has expanded, so I really don't have anyone to declare on right now. I guess we could go for, like, Spain or Portugal or whatever. Those are kind of, like, whatever wars. Oh, Portugal especially is gonna be so easy, man. Oh, so is guaranteed by Great Britain. Spain is defender of the faith, but won't defend them. If you guys remember, we already fought Britain last time after they declared on Australia, our Australian colony. So how many Portuguese provinces do we need to take? That's 3 right there. Or no, that's 2 right there. Let me try and see the rest of it. 3, 4, 5, I think. 6, 7. Just 7. Actually, the coalition just disbanded after I took Miltech. Sunda is no longer allied to Spain. There we go, that's a province. There's actually 2 provinces, I didn't even know about that. Have we finished coring the rest, though? We haven't. It's 80, 18, yeah, we're good. Some more shenanigans we can get up to. Delhi is allieless, so there's 3 more provinces. Yeah, I like it when we wrap these tiny guys up, man. You know, getting them slowly out of the way, you know. But, yeah, sooner or later, let me actually analyze the Mamluks right here. Really not that strong. I can declare on them now, man. Co-belligerent Delhi even. There are quite a few provinces we need to take from them. I think we need whole Haval here. That one right there. That one right there. That one right there. They should have a couple of more over here. Mamluki in Australia. This right here. And yeah, I actually almost forgot about these other guys like Tonga, Viti Levu, Vanua Levu, you know, Samoa, the Hawaiian guys, because there's no way to declare on some of them, especially the Hawaiian guys, without imperialism, I don't think. So now we can actually get into it with all of these tiny guys right here. But yeah, first I'm actually going to go ahead and wipe out Delhi here. We'll get to the other guys later. Oh my god, it's going to be AIDS full annexing Pasai. Look at this. 41 dev, 43, 45, 42, 37, and this one right here, 35. Jesus, man. Oh my god, dude. You know, I gotta do a campaign where I leave Korea alive until like 1800 and then annex them. All their provinces are gonna be like 60 dev. There we go, another one bites the dust right there. Oh, the Grand Palace of Bangkok is very helpful. I just built it up to tier 1. Now we're gonna bump it up to tier 3. And in fact, I have a ton of these getting built, but I just haven't been hurrying them up, man. Yeah, there we go, almost all of these. And I think actually all of these we can get up to tier 3 immediately. This one we can't do. Okay. Let's see. Where are we with coring? We're good. Let's fight Dai Viet. They're allied to Pahang, which I don't want to co-belligerent. They're down here. Perfect. Yeah, we'll destroy 2 more nations completely. All right, Pahang is out. Excellent. And that's Dai Viet 2. This will give us 50.4 overextension, which actually will put us over 100. So let's wait for these 3. Cool. Those are done. And there's Dai Viet for us as well. Nice, man. Not a lot of small guys left to go. In fact, it's only Pasai and Kedah right here. I guess it doesn't make too much of a difference who we declare on. I guess Kedah to avoid some of these other guys. White Peace, Ayutthaya. We can't do anything with Pasai like this. It's gonna have to be a direct declare on them, but it's the Portugal guarantee. So yeah, I need to figure out in which order to fight all of these guys to make it the least annoying, right? The least annoying. Maybe we just chill, you know, save a little bit of manpower and go on a little expedition versus the Polynesians, because there's quite a lot of them. There's probably like 10 of those guys, or maybe even more that I gotta wipe out. 4 Hawaiian guys, then it's like 4 of them over here too. 4 down here too. Yeah, it's like 12. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've entered the age of revolutions. Did we ever have a unique one here? I don't think we did. Do we start our golden era? Not yet. Not yet. In a little bit. Either way, I've pulled out the independent army right here. Might as well gather up some manpower because we have some absolutely huge wars coming up. So why not do that? In the meantime, though, let's use this independent army right here to beat up some of these Polynesian guys. So this or over here will all go to Goshu. So might as well do that first. Let's declare on Ngapuhi right here. They're allied to Ngatika. I'm not even gonna say them. There we go. All 4 of these guys. Damn, this OPM's got 100k peasants? How? Okay, we're done with these guys. I had no idea they had level 9 forts, so it took a while, but there we go. I'm gonna take all of this, and all of it should go to Australia. Let's see. Yes, it did. Nice. Okay, so some Polynesian guys are out. Let's take a look at Tonga. They're allied to Lao, which is the small guys, and they're allied to Viti Levu, which is these guys, and Vanua Levu is allied to Samoa, which is these guys. Okay, so 3 and then 2. Let's declare on Tonga. Now this will go to me. This has nothing to do with Australia. Okay, thank frick, some level 1 forts. Ah, no, level 7, of course. Okay, that's 3 more guys done. So there's Lao, Tonga, and Viti Levu for myself. Okay, started declaring those up. Now let's declare on Samoa and Vanua Levu. Excellent, and there's those 2 provinces for me as well. All right, starting coring those 2. I think it's only the Hawaiian guys left out of all of these minor nations right here, and I think I'm right. So yeah, let's go ahead and declare. I hope they're all allied. So on Hawaii, if we co-belligerent Maui, Oahu doesn't come in, and okay, that's all 4 right there. It's interesting how, because of all of their alliances that they have right here, all of these guys are the same since the start of the game. Now, I think they've reformed into a real nation because they do have the you know, the non-native buildings right here. There's still tribal kingdoms and stuff like that, but yeah. And look, they don't even have that much dev. What do these AIs do the entire game, man? I wonder. It takes like 100 years to save up for a building or something. Oh my god, yeah, I haven't been doing culture conversion for a while, but look how cheap it is now, boys, in the later game, man. Yeah, let's just do all of these guys that aren't accepted or whatever. Enlightenment as well. There we go, another super easy, super quick war, and that's the entire area of northern Polynesia. Ours. Okay, so now that we've wrapped up these tiny Polynesian guys, man, I think I'm gonna keep this army right here and stuff like that because we might get some like separatists. So yeah, let's analyze the situation. So out of the small guys, it's only, yeah, nothing's changed here. Interesting. I guess Kedah would be the easiest to fight without actually, but no, Bengal guarantees all of these guys, man. That's the thing. Weird. Look at the fort galore I'm gonna have to go through when fighting Bengal, man. These assholes. Level 8, level 8, level 8, 9. Oh, that's a lot. Not 8, 6, 4, 8, 8, 8, 4, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 9, 8, 2. Oh my god. Oh, it's gonna be such a slog. What about the Mughals? Actually, the Mughals won't be that difficult to piece out. Where's their capital? Who formed the Mughals? Transoxiana. So shouldn't it be... I guess it's Delhi, right? It's the Mughals, yeah. Delhi's always a level 1. We can snake through here. Yeah, Mughals are actually going to be pretty easy to knock out, and they're fighting... Oh, Muscovy right now, so... Yeah, man, I really gotta get into it with Bengal. They own so much of what we need. I don't know. Do we... I keep, you know, feeling like we should leave them for last, but the thing is, with having to fight them so many times, we just can't, right? Otherwise, it's just so much better to, like, I don't know, hit the Mamluks now, or something like that, or Spain, or Portugal, or... I don't know. Alright, so what I've done is I've linked up the transport fleet with the southern fleet right here, and I know I'm kind of delaying the inevitable by not fighting Bengal, but I'll get to them later. You guys know I always want a final boss type of war, and I'm saving them to be my final boss. So let's just do a minor war, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but against Spain. They have about 6 or 7 provinces that we need over here. Oh, alright. Damn, almost forgotten, man. We can't do imperialism on these guys. We gotta do regular conquest so we farm war score. So, what is belly tongue? That right there. Okay, so that's the war goal. They're gonna drag in the entire New World. Well, literally almost the entirety of North America with them, along with Austria, Leon. How did this happen? I'm not even looking at Europe this campaign, bro. And the British West Indies somehow? I don't know. Listen. We're just going for Spain here, boys. Okay, now that the war has started, I can see their provinces more clearly. So it's 1, 2, 3 provinces that we need from them. I think this is 1, 4, 5. 5 as far as I can see right now. 6. Society Islands, right? Oh, 7, yeah. Society Islands and Tuamotu Islands. So 7 provinces that we need from Spain. Okay, we should be good. Their fleet obviously is not even bigger than mine. Cool. Okay, so far I haven't seen any enemy boats or any enemy troops or anything like that. Mill access, they could literally walk over to me. I wonder if they're trying to do that. Yeah, they've got access through Milan and through tiny Austria right here, so they could do that. I'm not seeing their colonies help out as well. They're not disloyal. Let's see about New Spain. New Spain is disloyal, so yeah, some of the... Well, they're always disloyal, so yeah, we'll see. I mean... To take all of this, let's see, how much war score do we need? Probably right, like 18 or something like that. No, it's going to be even less than that. So, there we go. That's 5 for those right there. 7, 8. And this one, 10. And this one, 12. Yeah, 12 war score is what we need. And we are going to get that just with ticking. There's no need to siege any forts for these. So, yeah, I hope I'm not missing something, bro. But I think that's all the Spanish provinces that we need. Just to take a look at these right here, they are not in any subcontinent that we need right now. They're not. Perfect. We do need to fight Vij as well for the Maldives. The final province I need to siege, and I finally encountered a British West Indies stack standing in the Tuamotu Islands. That's the first army of theirs I've seen. Look, no battles at all. And somehow they black flagged themselves? How can the AI do that? Oh, they're not in the war anymore. Why? They're still a colony of Britain, so how were they in the war in the first place? Alright, now we just gotta wait. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I was busy building buildings, but I've noticed these guys have actually finally come. I just wasn't looking at the minimap, so they've entered the Mongolia here with massive stacks, and they're even down here. I got mill access through Bengal, so I can take these guys to beat their ass down here. And then let's gather up the northern troops. Good thing I've got mega forts, so it's tough for them to penetrate. But yeah, they're no match, man. I just beat a 140k stack with these guys. There we go. They're even on low. They'll accept. There we go. That's all the provinces we need from Spain. Okay, now while we're here, let me see if I got a CB on Portugal. I do got a CB on Portugal. Okay, let's just move my troops around again, and I'll be declaring on Portugal too. All right, troops have been moved around. Let's declare on Portugal for the conquest of Sampit. That right there, and perfect. Then Spain won't defend them again. So, yeah, there we go. There's a war versus Portugal started. Now let's analyze the provinces we need from them. So it's 2 right there, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Was this one thing? Tuvalu? No, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need 10. 10 provinces from Portugal. It's better because Portugal has some ships stationed here, so we can get a little bit of war score from that too. Yeah, I just picked out the provinces. It's 11 of them. We need 18 war score with Portugal. Took admin tech way ahead of time. We're not doing anything with the points, as you guys can see. It's time for our final mill idea group. It would be dope to go naval here because we can, but listen, our navy's already so good. Now, I don't know, maybe it does make sense to have naval and maritime, but boys, it's just our navy is so superior to anyone else, man. It's literally redundant. So I think I'm just gonna pick up quantity here. Hell yeah, man. Once we wrap up quantity, we'll have some insane policies like the goods produced. Oof, more galley combat here. I love it. I love it. I love it. I wonder why their enthusiasm goes down so quickly. It's like the same thing happened with Spain, and they were technically stronger than me, right? I mean, Portugal, shoot, Portugal's almost there with the manpower. I mean, troop count. I think the final incident for this campaign, boys, because this one we can't get because we're not a daimyo. So this is the industrialization, or sorry, urbanization incident. And obviously, we're always going isolationist. All right, took a few years, but I think I finally sieged down all of the Portuguese provinces. Oh, and they're willing to accept. Nice. Once again, close examination. Is that everything I need? As far as I can tell, I don't see any red provinces here, and this is the furthest one we need. And there we go. There's a piece out on Portugal as well. Colonizers defeated, and meanwhile, Austria has gone back to being the HRE emperor. Everything is right with the world, except it's Trastamaras, not Habsburgs, but you get the point. Weird-ass HRE, not gonna lie. Great Moravia. Okay, now that that's done, let's analyze this coalition that's been existing for quite a while. So the Mamluks and Bengal are still in it. Ayutthaya has shrunk further, guaranteed by Bengal. Khmer, guaranteed by Bengal. Frick my life. Let's take a look at Pasai. Allied to Bengal, guaranteed by Portugal. Do we fight Bengal? Mamluks are auto-co-belligerent here, so we can take all the stuff from them as well. And then the Mughals here too. Yeah, force limit's gotten way bigger. I can probably pull out 2 more armies out my ass. And yeah, this is gonna have to be the next war, man. It's gonna have to be. I don't want it to be, but it's gonna have to be. Ugh. Let's get these boys back home, man. Let's get the troops home, yo. Oh, okay. The coalition actually just disbanded. Yeah, this is what we gotta do. Yep. Okay, so there's the declaration. We're gonna declare for Nios right there. And wait, where did the other guys go? Weren't they just allied with... They're not allied with Persia. Why? Huh. The alliance literally just broke last month. Okay, this is some good luck right there for me. We need this from the Mamluks too. Okay, let's declare. And the Southeast Asia army... These guys are more than veterans at this point. What's the next level, man? These other guys are just chilling. These guys have conquered the entire Pacific by themselves. Okay, I think I've also selected all the Mamluks provinces. So is these 3 right there, this one right there, all of this that is gonna go to Goshu, like 2 or 3 right here, and 1 right there. And after this, the entire Pacific will be ours. Perfect. And there we go. The war with the Mamluks is done as well. They are willing to accept everything. And there we go. That's another war done, man. Perfect. As soon as a day ticks over, all of this goes to Goshu. We have less to core, so that's perfect. And yeah, I don't think these guys are going to be involved in any way with what we're doing anymore. Excellent, excellent. Oh, okay, Bengal is doing this war right now, which means I can do this. Now, I gotta declare directly on Pasai right here, otherwise we won't be able to full annex them. So that does mean fighting Portugal again, but we literally didn't even fight them, so they're gonna peace out in no time. So this is a war for Pasai and Kedah. Okay, Kedah's already out. All right, well, the siege is done. We just gotta wait for Portugal to hop out of this. And there we go. The final incident is over. How'd these guys get here? What the frick? Oh, final gov reform time, and it's gonna be eminent efficiency or max absolutism, free policies. I'm gonna go free policies. Or wait, no, we don't care about points at this point, man. This one. About time. That's an unconditional from Pasai, and we can full annex them. Excellent. I love it. Okay, let's score these up and see what the situation is. What are these guys still doing here? So I'm looking at this now. Bengal is actually involved with this Vij stuff, right? They're totally out of manpower. So is their ally Mughals. This isn't the time to do it. I don't know what is. Let's go in, boys. Imperialism. Time for our big boss war. Fighting Bengal and the Mughals. And Gujarat, apparently. You know, they're there. we're gonna need to fight these guys a lot. Let's get started with that. Slight progress report. We did peace out the Mughals, mainly because of my subject Mongolia. They did some really heavy work right there, so I'm satisfied with that. They peaced out pretty quickly, and I made them break the alliance with Bengal. Meanwhile, they stormed the Bastille in France, so we got revolutionary France, and this is about 100% war score. Not even that, let's say something like this, perhaps. And that's with 150% overextension. Frick my life, man. We're gonna need so many wars with Bengal to take them down. Because I don't want to go over 100 here, really. Yeah, I should have done this way sooner. Golden era! Okay, thank frick they're willing to accept. Maybe I should, frick. I think I should go for the forts, but can I take a fort without sieging it? No. If we clear the man? Yes, actually. Okay, let me snipe forts. Okay, there we go. That's like all the forts that they have down here. Wait, my mouse died. Okay. Okay, there's the absolutely border gory peace out, but it should be slightly easier next time, man. Frick. Okay, they still guarantee Ayutthaya and Khmer, by the way, so that's one way to reset the truce with them, which we are gonna do. You know, I was slackening for a little bit there. Manpower issues, obviously, because I'm not splitting anything, but I'm just gonna get all of these guys back here, like right there, and then we're gonna declare. Or no, I should probably core up the provinces we got from Bengal and then declare. These assholes completely fricked me over. So they canceled their guarantee over Khmer, and I was like, okay, we'll just fight Khmer and Lan Na, and then by fighting Ayutthaya, I'll make Bengal break the alliance with the Ottomans, their newfound alliance, by the way, and they just declared on Ayutthaya. So next time we fight Bengal, instead of just having to fight the Mughals, who are right here and are frankly pretty easy to peace out, we're gonna have to fight these Ottomans, who are over here, and they have more than twice the size of the Mughals' army. I guess I could always pop a fake imperialism on Gujarat to get Bengal involved. Okay, Khmer's all alone now because they're in that war too. Let's just wipe them out. And with this defeat on Khmer, ladies and gentlemen, and with our full annexation on them, that means that Bengal is officially the last nation that we need to fight. If I knew what I was talking about, but I don't, because it's actually the second to last, because we still gotta fight Vij for the Maldives. Okay, let's get the armies back into position, because obviously I need to think of a new strat here. You know, maybe the Ottomans won't really be that big of a factor in this Bengal war. Now, I think they're gonna arrive really quickly since their army is so huge and it's just one nation in between them and Bengal. But what I just took from Bengal down here, 100 worth of overextension, was only about 60% war score. And with the no forts right here, I mean, I guess they got one over here, and then it's these three. So after this sort of shield, or maybe these five you can call a shield, it's just one before we get to Gouda. And we are definitely going to do imperialism again, since it's 75 cost. Although this makes more sense, since I can very easily farm war score like this, because my armies are so superior. I don't know, though. Yeah. Either way, I'm gonna wait to core a little bit up, you know, beat up some rebels, and then we're gonna go in on Vij here just for the Maldives. I wonder if Threatened War will work on them. Probably not, but it doesn't hurt to try. Mexico? Oh, yeah. Oh, everyone, what the frick? Spain totally blew up, dude. Portugal beat their ass, and Colombia owns Lisbon. There you have it. So Canada has broken free. The US has. We have Illinois right here. Mexico. British West Indies are still a colony, so is Pacifico Norte and Spanish California, but they've allied each other. They might break free as well. Then we got Colombia, and the Peru, Brazil, and La Plata guys are loyal. Interesting. This is Africa, by the way. Adran having a good game, so is Fars, so is Adal. They still have provinces here that I don't know how they got. Yeah, weird late game, huh, boys? Look at the world, man. So few nations left. God damn it, I knew Zeal was gonna be a problem. Pretty good general right there, 6662. I think at this point we can theoretically get a 6666 guy. So we can get between 6 and 14. Let's say we get 14. Fire scale increased by 2, that's 16. Shock increased by 2, 18. Maneuver increased by 2, 20. And siege increased by 121. And 4 times 6 is 24. So we still can't get a 6666. Okay. You know, I've built up 2 more armies right here, and Vij is actually pretty close to accepting threatening war. So what I think I'm gonna do is just spam out all of these mercs right here wherever I can, man. And, you know, we'll lose some money, but they should be willing to accept. There it is. Okay, saved myself a slight hassle of fighting this fairly large Vijayanagara right here. I know I probably tanked a ton of... Of course I did. Professionalism with that. And regarding culture conversion, man, obviously I'm doing it all the time when we have the spare points, but we have actually converted a whole lot. I really haven't been showing that off too much, but look at this, boys. Almost all of China is Togoku. We're not doing Korean because, well, I accepted it at the start because it was so expensive. Now, of course, we could do it, but frick it, it's already accepted it. And yeah, a lot of conversions down here. This isn't part of the goals or anything like that. Obviously, it helps quite a lot, you know, to have it be your culture and your religion with rebels and stuff like that. But just doing it with extra Diplo points, man. And now that they've become so cheap in the Age of Revolutions, it's just, you know, something worth spending your Diplo points on. But look, we only got four more provinces to finish converting in all of China. We've pretty much destroyed the Chinese culture group. These two Xibei provinces that the Mughals own are going to remain, but they're not even in China, they're in Tibet. So Mongolia is pretty huge, huh? All right, truce with Bengal is up. Armies are mostly in position. Let's tell these guys to hunt enemy fleets in the Eastern Indian Ocean, and let's go ahead and declare on Bengal. Once again, imperialism, boys. Oh, thank frick for that. It's going all right. Just sunk their flagship. Let's pick that guy up. We have occupied quite a lot down here, man. All of these guys are on auto siege. I know I'm attritioning a lot like that, but do we already have Gouda? No, that's Gouda right there. So let's actually send those guys there instantly. Most of these guys are now auto sieging. This is like a battle one right here, but because the worst goal is to occupy Gouda, man, we're really not getting that much from these battles. Oh, thalassocracy. Well, that's wonderful. I think that's tier 8, if I'm not mistaken. We already have the Gokaido reform right there, which is good for, like, tall Japan type stuff. Thalassocracy is obviously, like, better for what we're trying to do, but I'm gonna stay with this. As rare as thalassocracy is, I guess this one's even rarer since only Japan can have it. And they're willing to accept up to 100 overextension. I'm just taking the Burma border right here and just connecting up some of our land. You know what? Maybe we'll go a little further just to do something like this. Wait, who's in... what? Moravia's on my side. I've only just noticed that. I guess it's 2 GPs versus 1, right? That's the whole reason they joined. Yeah, Bengal and the Ottomans versus me. Yeah, that's why Moravia intervened. So, are they winning or losing for me? They're actually losing for me. Thank you for joining, Great Moravia. You know what? Shout out Great Moravia. How can I ally them, though? I thought hegemons can't ally. Wait, why is this not growing? All of the other great powers have less heavy ships than the Empire of Japan. I never noticed that. You know what? Frick it. I can't be bothered. All right, there we go. Made them end the alliance with the Ottomans as well. Let's core all of those provinces up. And yeah, I think 2 more wars, man. I think 2 more wars. 1 if we're super bold, but yeah, 2. I want to keep it stable, boys. We're chilling. There isn't any pressure here. Well, there is the pressure that I have to have lunch soon, but... Ooh, Bengal got, I think, declared on by Vij. Yeah, that works for me. All right, I'm actually back the next day here, boys. You know how long it takes to record once we get, you know, later into the game. So, yeah, there we go. We can embrace industrialization, which is awesome. Tax and manpower. Right now, we're really not doing anything, boys. You know, working on the economy, building up, and just waiting for the truce with Bengal to expire. They still haven't wrapped up their war with Vij here. There we go. I think they just ended it. Vijayanagara expanded. Not really that much over here. Okay, but Bengal still has all of the provinces I need to take from them. It would have been better if someone else took stuff over here, but there is no one to take stuff over here. Lanna is their vassal, but oh, not anymore. But it doesn't matter. I still have the same truce with them. Last idea group time. We even got to there, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we could go with honestly whatever right here, but let's continue the whole being the richest nation in the world thing by picking up economic ideas. Oh man, I should have gone for the Bagan temples earlier, man. I forgot about the missionary things. It was at 0, by the way, just bumped it up to tier 2, and there's tier 3. There we go. Everything we've conquered has been converted to Shinto, so now we can continue to add provinces that aren't in any trade companies to our trade companies. So there we go. We're all set. And these right here, let's do Siam. Maybe something new in Canton? Nope, because everything down here in Canton is trade companied. And then, of course, Burma. Rakhine Indian Ocean Islands. Which ones are those? Oh, that's in Bengal. Okay, so we trade Company Bengal as well. And then the other ones, those are in Coromandel, that's right. Okay, I think the truce with Bengal is up. Yes, I am correct. They have re-allied the Ottomans, Jesus Christ, but fine. It's still, we don't need to 100% them. There we go. We're still gonna do the same thing. Imperialism, take capital Gouda. There's the declaration. And even if I go 100% war score here, we can't take more than that. So kind of lame, but it is what it is. We're gonna have to do something like this. The provinces here are really dev. There's the thing. A lot of these provinces are like 20, 30, 40 dev. I mean, I have to, right? we gotta siege the Ottomans, bro. Okay, luckily the Ottomans sucked balls, but I wanted to white peace them. I forgot to make them break the alliance. No big deal, though. Let's go ahead and peace out Bengal right here. We're going to be taking... let's do this, and then we'll take the rest later, I guess. Or I don't know. Do I go max? Frick it. Let's do something like this, just in case some of these provinces here are really dev'd as well. There we go. Now, even though we're 140% overextended right here, one of the advantages of having everything be your religion and almost everything being your culture is there aren't any rebels to rise up. We're 140% overextended. I only got like 5 rebel stacks. I got particularists right down here. I got Ayutthaya guys. You know, some guys that were here, basically. Guys that would still have cores, like, Twangu guys I got, Ayutthaya guys I got, Arakan maybe, yeah, something like that. So even though we're so overextended, there really isn't any rebels that can rise up here, and that's something I didn't think of up until now, man. Especially with all the culture conversion that we're doing, I could have easily taken more in previous Bengal wars and probably cut down our wars to them by 1 or 2. So maybe by now we would even be done. But yeah, just waiting to finish scoring these provinces. Then we're gonna hit Lan Na, their allyless, and we're gonna wait for the truce with Bengal to expire and hit them again. I could go for Gujarat right here and just white peace them to reset my truce with Bengal, but frick it, I'm working on the economy and ideas anyway. You know, we have so much points, man, that there's really no point in even not doing these cultures that are already accepted, especially when they're so cheap, you know, so frick it. Everything will be Togoku. I think that's the most like non-tolerant you can go with, man. Even converting provinces that are like auto-accepted and part of your culture group. You know, Korean, like I said earlier, I have had accepted since the start, since these were like extremely expensive to convert in the early game. And there's no point in converting Saigoku and Kyushuan right here, right? They're Japanese. There's no penalties of any kind from them, but hey. What are you gonna do? Are we gonna get to convert everything by the end? No. And in this campaign, we're even gonna reach the 1800s. I don't know if we've done that in previous grand campaigns. You know, I've got about 850,000 ducats. Why not spam universities everywhere? They don't take up a slot, right? Yeah, they don't. Okay. Something that's interesting is I was just reading well, not really a dev diary, but those things that Johan posts on the forums about like buildings in EU5 and stuff like that. And I was reading about universities in EU5, right? And Johan said, yes, some provinces in Italy will have universities present at the start of the game, which of course, I mean, the oldest one in the world is the one in Bologna, right? Or something like that. But it's weird how there is universities right at the start of EU4's time frame as well, but it's a building you unlock so late. It's kind of strange, isn't it? Oh no, these got zeal, right? Yeah, frick my life. All right, I think I've cored most of the stuff, or if not all of it. Let's fight Lan Na. Lan Na is done. Very nice. Oh, there's the Shwedagon Pagoda right here, which doesn't even, like, really exist. We just start constructing it. Oh, we start to construct it. Current economy, we're making about 2,000 ducats. There's 100% crownland ownership. For no reason. Well, the next war with Bengal will be simply lovely. Oh my god, dude. And we've wrapped up all idea groups. Let's see, are there any good policies right here? So let's actually get rid of this. Actually, no need. Let's just add that one. There we go. What about right here? Any trade stuff? No, I guess the good ones are already in. Let's do discipline right there, but get rid of I kind of want that artillery combat ability on, if I'm being honest. Yeah, let's get rid of that one, the Public Road Act, and we'll add in that one. Army quality really ain't half bad, man. Let's compare ourselves to the other guys right here. Army quality comparison. So my morale is literally I'm not even gonna say it. Look at how much more morale we have than everyone else, man. And I have been stacking morale this campaign, obviously. Discipline, not the most, obviously. You know, European guys have better discipline modifiers than us. Yeah, what about combat abilities? We can't really see that one, can we? But yeah, this is our combat abilities, just some regular stuff, but our morale is nutty, dude. Oh, Ottomans are actually hegemon. Never noticed that. 1 million troops? How much do we have? 756,000. We could probably get up to 1 million if I build the right buildings. I mean, we can definitely get up to 1 million, but no need. I'm so much more powerful than them. You know, we're like Prussia style, they're like Russia style. So these got zeal until 97 and 93. Here's something. Manipur popped out of here, right? Someone made Bengal, release them. They valid each other. That's the truce reset, or maybe even the taking of the entirety of this. Now, of course, it's double if they're not co-belligerent, so let me calculate the war score on all of these provinces here. Okay, that's a 56% war score for all of these, so double, we can't take them all. Damn. It's like 117, you know, worth province. I mean, either way, let's do something with this. Now, look at that, man. 2 provinces, or maybe, hold up, I just thought of it. So, we do this war, right? Our truce with Bengal would have ended in 1793. So we're still kind of shortening it like this, or are we not? No, because if I take provinces and then wait 5 years with Manipur, it'll be longer than that. So really what I do here is... But if I white peace Bengal, I gotta fight the Ottomans and the Mughals. So yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. To make it, it's gonna be slightly longer, but it's gonna be easier. What I'm gonna do is take stuff from Bengal here, and then white peace Manipur, and then once my truce with Manipur is up, deck on Manipur again. So yeah, like that, the truce with them will be extended, not 1493, it'll probably be like something like, I don't know, 1 or 2 years later, but at least I won't have to fight the Ottomans and the Mughals. It's so cool that when you tell these guys to auto-siege, and I've been using this so much recently, man, especially in the late game, they use the naval transport if it's there. So these guys, because they can't get over here because of this fort, instead of going to siege that one, they thought this one is more important, and they naval transported themselves to over here, or they're transporting themselves. And there we go, Bengal will accept. There's the peace out on them, and now we're just gonna white peace Manipur. There we go. That's done. Only 2 provinces left, boys. Only 2 provinces left. Ah, frick. Now they've become a vassal under Bengal, which means... What does it mean? It means, frick this, I still gotta fight the Ottomans and the Mughals. That's what it means. God damn it, man. How many religions have I destroyed this campaign? So I've completely destroyed Mahayana. I've destroyed Confucian. I probably destroyed Animist. It's all down here. That's 3. Yeah, 3. And there's only 1 Ibadi, 1 Theravada, and 1 Zoroastrian province. What's the Theravada one, I wonder? Oh, is it that one right there? Yes, it is. Well, I destroyed a lot of cultures, too. Even culture groups. Yeah, that's one of the best generals we've gotten. 5, 6, 4, 6. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Can we still theoretically not get 24 siege guy? So up to 16. 16 plus 2, 18. Plus 2, 20. Plus 1... Yeah, we can only get 22, so we can't get a 24 pip generally. You know. I'm just looking at some missions right now. Lowered inflation for that one. Then we can do this one. Then for this one, proliferation of firearms. Manufactories and devs. Train the samurai. Yeah, let's do these, because, I don't know, we got a unique gov reform here. Okay, devved up some provinces. There's train the samurai. Reform Ashangar regiments no longer viable. Okay, proliferation of firearms. All of those bonuses strengthen the Bakuhan. What did we get? What did we get instead of those? Reform of the samurai. That's pretty nice. And then tier 10, strengthen Bakuhan. Absolutism, absolutism. Sure, I'll take those, man. I'll take those. Wait, did we just lose the 4 ones? We did. Oh, frick my life. Whatever. That does give me more, what you call it, admin efficiency, which I could have definitely used before this war. What? France is preparing to attack the US. Oh, the US is blown up. You know what? I think I'm gonna truce break Bengal here. Because it's only 2 provinces. I mean, how much war score could it cost, right? Yeah, 10. So we should get that easily before we even get into it with the Ottomans and the Mughals. Frick it, bruh. Let's just truce break Bengal and end this campaign. I've been doing episode 4 here for like 3 days, man. 60k versus 240k Mughals? Easy. And there we go. They'll already accept. What was I even waiting for? Ladies and gentlemen, that's the final war of this Japan Grand Campaign. Done. Alright, so those provinces are coring, and all we have to wait for after that is for them to convert, and the zeal on none expires perfect in just about a year and a half. Excellent, man. That's the only things we need to do. Wonder what little Oirat's been doing here the entire game. Nothing. Oh, I can have a tributary. Provinces have been cored up, and we're now in the process of converting the final 2 provinces in the game that we need to convert. What a comeback from Vij, though. They're fighting the Mughals now. And there we go, folks. The final provinces have been converted, which means we can even build up the Angkor Wat right here. You know, there's so many good monuments in Burma and Indochina that I should realistically have utilized earlier in the campaign, but hey, it is what it is. So now all that's left to do is to just add everything down here that's not trade companied to trade companies. And with that, we've officially done everything we needed to do. We started as Oda, formed Japan, changed our name to the Empire of Japan, conquered the entire Far East, the entirety of China, the entirety of the East Indies, and the entirety of Oceania, and we converted it all to Shinto. But yeah, there you go, man. A conclusion of another very successful grand campaign. Oops, I didn't mention the having Mongolia own all of Mongolia goal, but we did that one as well. So now at this point, ladies and gentlemen, it's just time to show off. Of course, we're going to get to the time lapse, but let me show you the stuff first. So obviously, man, we started off as Oda, conquered Japan, pushed through these guys right here, did everything over here. So let's just get started with the great powers list. 7,953 dev, almost twice as big as the next great power, Great Moravia right here. Number 3, we have the Ottomans. Number 4 is Revolutionary France. Decent sized Persia, Great Britain, the Mughals right here, and Vijayanagar, and of course, this is what the rest of the world looks like, but we are also a military hegemon. In the government reforms, unique tier 1, unique tier 4 right here, unique tier 5, unique tier 8, and unique tier 10. That's what's been going on over there. Level 5 advisors, obviously in the diplomacy tab, not a lot to see right here. That's not even me. Going over in the economy, something I wanted to show off the most right here. You can see all of the awesome money we're making from production and from trade right here, ladies and gentlemen. We even have 5 gold mines. I didn't focus on deving any of them except for the starting one that we really needed right at the start, making about 2,000 ducats in the positive per month right here. 100% goods produced, 48% of our income coming in from trade. In the tech department, almost tech 32, which I think is the final one. Quality, religious, offensive, trade, defensive, maritime, quantity, economic. We needed one of naval or maritime for a mission and to become a naval hegemon as well. Didn't focus too much on the missions this campaign, but we did complete most of them. There's only like 3 or 4 of these that we haven't completed, so there we go. These are all the policies right here. Most stable nation in the world, by the way, way under GovCap, and of course religion and culture is related to stability. I'll show it off soon. Everything is, of course, is Shinto. We did go full isolationist. We've been closed doors since the start of the campaign, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the military looks like. Morale has dropped, obviously, due to some modifiers and advisors and stuff like that, but this is what everything else looks like. Extremely powerful generals this campaign, one of the best ones we've done. These are our subjects. We got Mongolia and Goshu right here in Australia, and all of these trade companies that we're making so much money from. I love it. And of course, in the estates, they still got the monarch point privileges, super happy, and 100% crown ownership, 120 max absolutism. But yeah, aside from that, man, maybe let's take a look at the dev things. You know, some really high dev provinces. Kyoto is at 74, and we got a lot of these that are above 40, as we can see right here, mostly in Japan. So many above 30, above 20 as well. Sure, we do have some poor ass provinces as well if we include trade companies, but hey, listen, I think our lowest dev province is 10. No, that's the cost. That's the dev, 16. So we sort by dev. Right. I was looking at a different thing. So Kyoto, 46 development, not 74. That is what it's looking like, but not a lot to show off right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the religion map mode. Everything we own is Shinto. This is the rest of the world. Catholic had a pretty bad campaign in Europe, but Portugal and Castile kept it alive in the New World. This is the culture map mode of our own country. Everything, almost everything is Togoku, our primary culture right here, and we've converted almost everything else, helped out with rebellions quite a lot, so that's very nice. Didn't manage to convert everything, but we'd have to wait for separatism to go down, blah, 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 so there's really no point since it wasn't even part of our goals. So yeah, man, looking really, really powerful. Aside from that, boys, this is the merchant setup, collecting in Beijing and in, in Malacca. This is the armies, full stacks. For a while, we could have way bigger armies. As you can see right here, we can have a massive, massive navy of 1,500 boats. Really wasn't needed even with a naval hegemon. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. An excellent campaign, our first of the grand campaigns outside of Europe. And I think next time, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna roll along with a Mughal grand campaign where we're gonna conquer everything from the Balkans to Indochina, back to Egypt right here. A little long Mughals, a Longols, if you will. Let me know what you think about that. But with all that said, let's go ahead and roll the time lapse and we'll say goodbye. Feels good. And that was the time lapse, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all enjoyed that. I know it was a little bit wonky with the stuff we took and then gave to Mongolia, and Oda staying here for the entirety of the time lapse and saying like Japanese Far East or Japanese East Indies. But hey, that's just EU4 for you, and that's just a grand campaign as the Empire of Japan. Thank you so much for watching. That's all I have to say about that. Goodbye.